Oh. That took a little bit longer than I thought it would. I'm sorry. Oops. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would. Forgive me. Sorry. But it's okay. Okay. Righty. Turn that down. Moot. Haha. Righty. I need to take a sip. I need to finish my liquid breakfast. Nom 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 nom. Okay. We start Himika's route today. Eventually we will start it. Eventually we will play a game that's not Ollie Soy, but I just need to figure out what it's gonna be, because it was gonna be Tales of Exilia, but apparently the Switch version of that fucking sucks, so. Or Ollie Soy. But I'm excited because, you know, we get Himika's route today. So I believe I need to go to Olympia and pick Pure White Resolve. Yes. And then we skip. Right. Everything's looking good over here. Yes, okay. Skip. We don't need to see any of this. We know what happened. Righty. We can pick Himika now, guys. Look. Ah! I'm very curious to see what his deal is. Because this is a locked route, right? We couldn't play Himika until we had done Yosuga, Tokisada, Riku, and Kuroba. So, Himika must have some sort of secret or forbidden knowledge that we did not have or could not have achieved or found in the last routes. And just for remembrance sake, Tokisada gave us proof, or like told us proof, that all the outsiders were previously dead at one point and have somehow miraculously come back to life on the island, so there's a lot that could be gleaned. Yes, I want to begin the Himika scenario. There. Island. Yes, I've completed the delivery. Congratulations, Hime. To be honest, I'm glad my first delivery was here. At least I know where things are here. Next, Daifka picked his head out of my bag, and I rubbed it gently as I pondered. I should look for my husband now, right? Right. But before that, I should probably go to Yomi again, don't you think? I mean, there could be more letters waiting for me. I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just that I want to make sure I do the very best I can on my first date. I thought to myself as I headed to the bathhouse when suddenly... Is someone staring at me? I could feel someone's eyes on me. I quickly turned around to discover... Himaka! Baby boy. Himaka? Have you been watching me for a while? He nodded in response. Is there anything I can do for you?
用事はないです。
All right. I'll be going then. He nodded again in response. But he kept staring at me, even as I moved to leave. Maybe I should talk to him a while longer. Shall we walk together? Maybe I should invite him to come with me since he's here anyway. Himaka, shall we walk together to the bathhouse?
遠慮します。
God, that boy is skinny. I shouldn't be surprised. We don't know each other well after all.
Oh.
Himaka suddenly blushed for some reason and turned away quickly. He's gone. What a strange child. I watched him for a while as his figure departed in the distance, then turned back to go to the bathhouse. No letters. I've only just started, so I'm sure I'll catch on in time. But don't forget, how about we have some tea inside? You might get to see Juliet too. Kiki. Thank you very much for thinking about me. What a pleasure it is to see you again. Could I have some peach tea and something sweet to go with it?
では、ココナッツの蒸しパンなどいかがですか?
That sounds delicious. I'll have that. I took out a seat and opened my bag to let Daifka go out. Did you hear that? Looks like we're gonna have a nice treat today. Hime, about the young boy from earlier. Thank you for coming with me today. Let's just take it easy for now.
Kiki.
About that boy. Did you notice anything strange about him? What's the matter? Your squeaks are so soft today. Wait a bit more and you'll be able to stuff your tummy and get your strength back. If only she could understand what I'm saying. I wonder who that boy is. He didn't seem evil, but... I recall Hime saying that there was someone who had powers similar to hers. Was she referring to him?
お待たせしました、お客様。
As Daipik and I were looking at each other, Yosuke suddenly appeared behind us.
おかえり。無事で何よりだ。
Thank you. The delivery went well.
おめでとう。僕も一安心だ。明日からもまた頑張って。
Yosuke set the dishes down in front of me. A robust aroma of peaches and the sweet smell of coconuts filled the air around us. They looked so delicious.
あとこれはおまけ。大福用の大福餅。
Lord Yosuga. I know. Say, you know about the people living down in here in Yomi, right, Yosuga? Do you mind telling me a bit more about the Undertaker, Himuka? Huh?
どうかしたの？
He didn't do anything, but he was staring at me from the alley today for some time. Yosuga paused for a moment, then responded apologetically.
彼のことはまだ僕もよく知らないんだよね。少し前に弔い屋になったことくらいしか。ほら、彼も少し独特の色だろう。でもこの黄泉のものではなくてね。
Oh, he was exiled here, maybe? No. Maybe he had Haku and lost his color traits. So his color trait. Well, no, but if you take Ne, if you take Toji Kutan Ne, then your color traits go black, not gray.
弔い屋は代々北の浜に住むと聞く。だからおそらくそこだと思
Okay,
うん
so he just
だけ
doesn't
ど。
live in Yomi. He's from a clan of people who. Okay. I see.
ただかなり強い罰の使い手らしくて、そういう意味では重宝されてる。
Wait, so if there's a Undertaker clan of people who all have Batsu, then why do the Blue care about it so much? Well, no, I guess the reason why Blue care about their Batsu so much is because it's theirs, right? They want to be the best Batsu wielders, rather than this clan of Undertaker people.
聞いてるかもしれないけど、あの力は個人差が大きい。普通は一人を弔うのに数時間かかる。でもあのヒムカはあっという間にショーにするって噂。
That sounds incredible. Yes, we know. Doma's arm is destroyed. I screamed a bit, remembering what happened back
で
then.
も珍しいな。彼が誰かに興味を持つのは君が初めてだと思う。
弔い屋のヒムか。お前、いつも物静かだったけど、案外物騒なやつだったんだな。
Does the Undertaker clan have like some sort of secret oath to protect the whites? Like Tsukuyomi does? I recall Kuraba saying that he's usually quiet.
元からね、弔い屋はその役目から敬遠されがちではあるんだ。
Wait, so these Undertaker people are shamed for their role, and yet the Blue revere their Batsu person so highly that, like, they have a magic dance that is so sacred. Make it make sense.
それでも前任のおじさんなんかはそれなりに世間話しながらやってたんだよね。でもヒムカは死の知らせがあると速やかにやってきて、速やかにショーにして速やかに去ってしまう。誰とも口を聞かず、誰とも目を合わせず、まるで少し前の君のようだね。
Ah,
さっきも言ったように僕は彼について詳しくない。というより、黄泉のものもみな
which means we'll have to go to the source directly in order to know about him. Learn. Come to think of it, didn't he say he hardly spoke to anyone? I wonder if something happened. He really did sound like me.
どうだろうね。ただ、そんな立場だから、僕たちに近づくべきではないと思っているのかもしれない。
His work doesn't bother me at all. Suddenly a thought came to mind. Oh, does it bother you, Yosuga? I mean, you do have a lot of customers from the surface. I actually invited him here with me today, but he refused.
全く気にしないよ。だから君も、そんなことは考えなくて大丈夫。
His gentle smile was very reassuring. Thank you.
彼に興味があるんだね。
Interested? Well, I suppose. His color traits are very unique, as you've said. Wouldn't you say the color of his hair is similar to mine?
なんだ、そっちか。
ん？
確かに近いといえば、近いね。君ほど真っ白ではないけど、白銀に近い灰。
Would it be alright if I invited Himaki here again sometime?
君が誘いたければ。少なくとも僕は叩き出したりしないよ。
Yosuke being like, are you interested in him? And Byakuya completely not getting what what he means. She's like, well, I guess he's a little bit interesting. He's a little bit weird. And Yosuke's immediately like, oh, okay, that's what you mean. That's not what I meant. After finishing my tea, I stepped outside again to discover... Hi, Himuka. Himuka. He seemed as though he was trying to hide behind the letterbox. Okay. He clutched at the bright red box, drinking back and peering out at me from behind it. Boy. Oh, Himuka? I guess he was trying to hide.
ごめんなさい。
Is there something you need? Were you about to go inside, or did you want to see me? He looked down and fell silent. Oh, this boy. He's so shy. This isn't good. It's almost like I'm bullying him.
用は特にありません。
Then why are you here?
This
This poor baby. He's like, I don't know. He's like he's about to cry.
あ
He
なた
sounds
を
like he's about to cry.
見ていたくて。
Huh? I took a step back. It was the first time someone looked at me like this. Is it because I'm Olympia? I'd heard people say that they wanted to see me and watch my performances on stage. But most of the time all they did was look away when they saw that I was looking at them. No one ever stared at me with such a pure and genuine interest that he did.
ごめんなさい。僕なんかに見られていたら気持ち悪いですよね。もう二度と近づきません。ありがとうございました。元気でお過ごしください。さようなら。
Wait! I grabbed his arm as he tried to run away again. What is this boy's deal? Huh? He was so shocked and embarrassed that I felt like I was attacking him. What in the world is going on?
ごめんなさい。少し驚いて。
Oh, I'm sorry for surprising you.
謝らないで。あなたが僕なんかに謝る必要はないんです。
I was so thoroughly confused. I had no idea how I should approach him.
どうだろうね。ただ、そんな立場だから、僕たちに近づくべきではないと思っているのかもしれない。
From the looks of it, he doesn't seem to be a bad person. Say, Himuka, why don't you calm down for a moment? That applies to me too. He gave a small nod. Himuka, would you like to be my friend?
え？
Himuka yelled and clutched onto the letterbox.
あなたがなぜそんなことを。
I couldn't think of an answer. It may be rude to say, but I didn't want to lie. I feel like we're a little similar. Here, look at my hair. Don't you think our hair looks the same?
ごめんなさい。こんな色で。
Huh? Now he's apologizing for his hair color?
ちっとも似ていません。僕はこんなに醜いし、あなたは美しい。ごめんなさい。
With a meek voice, he turned to run away, so I ended up grabbing his arm again. Anyone observing us would think that I was the bad one here. You're not hideous at all. Don't be so apologetic. All I'm asking is if you'd like to be friends with me.
アマテラス。
I thought I heard him mumble something. Himika? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What did you just say?
うん。ただの独り言なので忘れてください。
His forced smile made it hard for me to question him any further. Let's forget about this hideous nonsense for now. Will you be my friend?
でも僕なんか。
I wondered if his self-contempt came from his role as the Undertaker. I tried to give him the gentlest smile I could. You don't like me?
嫌じゃないです。
I'm glad to hear it. Seeing my smile, he quickly looked away again. Himika, there's no need for you to be nervous. I'm not going to bite. We don't know each other very well yet, do we? So I want to talk to you a little bit more. Himika took a huge step back. This boy is a scared little puppy. Is he that surprised?
あなたが僕なんかと。
Don't say that. I tried to smile as brightly as I could, but for some reason he backed away again. Himika, if you're concerned because of your role as the Undertaker, please don't let that get in our way. I really just want to talk to you.
いろいろ。
Yes, about anything. How about we go to the bathhouse together tomorrow? They have a lot of rare and tasty dishes.
あなたとは話したいし、一緒にいたいです。でも、人が多いところは怖いんです。
Oh, he's people phobic. I feel you. I get how you feel there. I felt so sorry for him when he said that. I suppose Himika was also subjected to strange looks because of his role, same as me.
もしかして困っていますか？僕があなたを困らせているんですね。
No, you're not bothering me. But I would like to have some time to speak with you. I don't know any other place in Yomi, but would you be alright standing out here in public?
なら、海はどうですか？僕は弔い屋なので、地上も読みも大丈夫です。
Ah, that's right. Yomiga mentioned he lives at the beach to the north. Then how about we meet at the eastern shore tomorrow afternoon around 2 o'clock?
わかりました。絶対に行きます。
I'm looking forward to it.
絶対に。絶対に。絶対に行きます。では、明日、また。
This is the longest conversation we've ever had with Himuka, and he's already very interesting. What is... He's so afraid of everything. Himuka spoke shyly and quickly ran away in embarrassment. How strange. I guess I'm a bit closer to him now. His ashen hair looked very pale now that there was distance between us. Seeing his hair forced memories of my mother and the others back to mind.
お姉ちゃん
Asuha! Baby! A cheerful voice called out as I stood there, feeling the ache of nostalgia. Oh, Asuha! Good day.
お姉ちゃんもしかして弔い屋と友達なの？今話してたよね。
He gleamed with a childlike curiosity and a hint of awe. Why, yes, we've just become friends.
すごい。弔い屋と友達。みんなが話しかけても一言くらいしか喋らないのに。目を合わせてもくれないのに。まるで人形が歩いてるみたいだってみんな言ってたのに。
It hurts to hear something so familiar.
見て、真っ白い子よ。なんて不気味な。ご挨拶した方がいい？
やめておけ。俺たちのようなものとは口など聞いてくださらない。
舞台の行き帰りでも一言も喋らないらしいからな。
That was probably why I felt similar to Himika.
あのね、ここだけの内緒話なんだけど、どんな風に罰をするのか興味があって、俺窓から覗いたことがあるんだ。
Hello! Thank you for the wee sub. 50 months in a row. Oof. That's a long time. Gonna try and look again? No worries. I hope your internet is doing better this time. But yes, enjoy your lurk. Thank you for your lurking.
本当にあっという間だった。あっという間に人が消えちゃうんだ。
Asuha, why did you do? Asuha didn't know about it. I couldn't blame him for what he said. Only Doma and Tsukiyomi know that I can use Batsu. Don't worry.
でも今まで誰とも話さなかったんだよ。すぐにふいっていなくなっちゃうんだ。
Of course I do. You're an OG, Kaze. OG.
だからちょっと怖いからお姉ちゃんのことが心配で。
Asuha, Himika's like a spider. He is more scared of you than you are of him. Thank you. But after talking with him a little, he doesn't seem very scary at all.
ごめんなさい。悪い人って決めつけたわけじゃないよ。黒羽には人を見かけで判断するなって、よすがには相手をきちんと理解しなさいって言われてるし。
He has good teachers. I think the reason why he doesn't talk too much is because he just became the Undertaker. I bet he's nervous about his new job, that's all. I responded as best I could with a dash of optimism.
そうかな。じゃあいつか俺とも仲良くなって話してくれるかな。
I'm sure you will. I smiled as Asuha gave me a good stare. I moved where I was. I moved where? Wait, I need to change. I need to make myself bigger. That good? That good? Yeah. Okay. I moved what monitor my VTube studio was on, so I got small.
お姉ちゃんは本当に俺のことを変な目で見ないんだね。
Hydrate. I currently do not have anything to hydrate with, but I will note your hydration for the future.
上の人たちはみんな俺を見ると醜い色って。
Asuha, you're beautiful. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise.
それにあの弔い屋とも平気で。
Oh, I'm sorry, Asuha. Asuha rumpled his hair fretfully as he thought to himself. Asuha, I like your color traits. And not everyone on the surface is the type to dislike your colors. Remember that, alright?
ごめん。
Is that photosynthesis? No. Photosynthesis is taking heat from the air for energy, right? Not water from the air. Hydrosynthesis? Is that what that would be? Taking water from the air would be hydrosynthesis rather than photosynthesis. Right? Tell me I'm onto something. I feel like I'm onto something. He lowered his head in remorse, but suddenly...
そうだ、大事なこと忘れてた。この間はハイリが失礼なこと言ってごめんね。
Well, yeah. Photosynthesis is taking light and putting it in, making it into energy. If I were to do the same thing with water, that would be hydrosynthesis. Yes? I'm a genius. Anyway. Huh?
アスハ、その不気味な真っ白い女は性悪で残酷で
Oh yeah, Heidi being
淫乱だ
mean.
ってお前を騙して連れ去ってマレビトドーマと一緒に頭から食べちゃうつもりかもしれないぞ。
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It didn't bother me, so don't worry. Asa, you must be very good friends with Heidi.
俺の兄貴だからね。あ、もちろん血なんてつながってないよ。俺もハイリも親なんていないしわからないし。
His bright voice gripped my heart. I couldn't allow it to show on my
ハイリ
face.
とはずっと孤児院で一緒だったんだ。でも瓦版の売り子について卒院した。
No, yes, but in the context of what we're saying, drink liquids to grow strong, it would be taking water from the air and turning it into energy because then it becomes body stuff. Right? Like the water when you ingest water, you turn it into energy because it becomes your hydration, and hydration is energy. So I'm smart.
俺からもまた言っておくから、ハイリのこと嫌いにならないで。
See? Even without a brain, I am just so smart. It's the innate talent of a homunculus like me. Alright. I'll let him know that I want to be and let him know that I want to be friends with him too.
じゃあ俺は靴磨きに戻るから。またね。
Bye. Ugly colors. Kiki? Hime? Noticing that I was standing there in a daze, Daifuku peeked his head out of my bag. I wonder who made this color system. Was it the esteemed Lord Hideko? To think that a young child like him has to lament over his colors. If it was Lord Hideko, I'm going to have to hate him a little. I patted Daifuku on the head, then made my way back toward Yomotsu Hirasaka. Oh, Heidi. I love Heidi. He's designed. He's so pretty. He's just so mean. Precious maiden.
Oi!
Oh god. What is it this time? What? Oh, Heidi.
あら、ハイリじゃねえよ。気安く俺の名前を呼ぶな。
What would you rather I call you, dipshit? I can call you dipshit if you want me to. Also, have you noticed that his ribbon is glowing? That's just interesting. There he goes again. Heidi? I know we can't be friends right away, but can we try to get to know each other?
なれるわけないだろ。
It was a straightforward and simple no. He didn't even spend a second thinking about it. But I'm not the type to back down so easily. Heidi? Yes, I live on the surface in Dalma's Manor. And no, I'm not from Yomi. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hydroscopy. Hygroscopy. That sounds weird. But I don't think our differences need to get in the way of becoming friends.
もうアスハと喋らないでくれる？
I gave a small sigh. He's so stubborn. Heidi, I know you're worried about Asuha, but do you really get to say that? Asuha is free to choose the people he wants to become friends with.
あんたは本当にバカっていうか気が利かないっていうかいくらあんたと仲良くなってもアスハは地上には行けないんだって分かってないだろ。
Joke's on you, Heidi. He gets to come to the surface in 2 different routes.
あんたと仲良くなったら絶対に上に行きたくなるだろ。でも行けないんだよ絶対に。あんたのせいでアスハが落ち込むんだぞ。そんな簡単なこともわからないのかよ。
I couldn't immediately respond. Asuha would feel bad. I guess he's right.
その顔。自分がどれだけ傲慢だったかやっとわかったろ。これだから地上に住む尊いお方は嫌いなんだよ。
I would be the one at fault if Asuha felt bad? No, but... Heidi's words dug deep into my heart. So deep I couldn't think straight.
いいか。もうアスハに声かけるなよ。
I can't promise that. I can't promise that. He clicked his tongue loudly.
俺が言ったことわかるだろ。
Of course I do. But giving Asuha the cold shoulder out of the blue will only make him feel worse. He'll think that I was just another person from the surface toying with him. So I'm going to continue talking to Asuha. And I will continue being his friend.
死ねよ。
Turning on his heel, Heidi began to walk away. I am loving that Himika's route seems to be the route we get a Heidi focus. Because, yes, I've wanted to know about Heidi for a while now. Heidi! That's a horrible thing to say. Don't you ever tell someone to die like that.
死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね
What? Heidi quickly ran away, all the while shouting that horrible word. He's a tough little kid, isn't he? I gave a huge sigh and headed for Kunado. One letter to the Yellow District, and one to the Otsu District. I tucked the letters into my bag, suddenly remembering the conversation from before.
あんたと仲良くなったら絶対に上に行きたくなるだろ。でも行けないんだよ絶対に。あんたのせいでアスハが落ち込むんだぞ。そんな簡単なこともわからないのかよ。
I want to stay friends with Asuha. I'm absolutely sure of that. But I don't want him to feel bad either. I gazed at the bathhouse, then glanced for a moment around Yomi. I've just started to talk to the people here. I still have my delivery service to take care of. Thinking about what Heidi said was making me feel worse by the minute. Just as I was about to let out another huge sigh.
おはようございます。オランピア様。
I turned around at the loud and lively voice, and a young man with red hair was in front of me.
俺は 元関の少女と申します。この手紙を届けていただけませんか？
Oh, shoujo. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. He approached me so suddenly that I was still somewhat taken aback. I noticed he had the same mark on his cheek as Kaina did. I'll take good care of it.
もし受け取れないなんて言ったら、適当にその辺に捨ててください。
Oh, right, yeah. Shoujo's the one with the dad who's like, I'm not gonna read the letter. Me, 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 me. Who we eventually do get to convince him to read the letter. What? Isn't this important?
もう俺のことなんて死んだと思ってますよ。それじゃあ、お願いします。
What a cheerful guy. The mark on his cheek looked relatively new. I try not to dwell on what he could have done to be sent here. My job was to deliver these letters, not to delve into the sender's private life. Don't let it bother you. It's none of your business. I put the letter inside my bag and made my way to the surface. I have one letter each to the red, yellow, and Otsu today. Could you please check them?
ああ、関は症状からですか。威勢のいい明るい男だったでしょ。
I know I should mind my own business, but I couldn't help stop my curiosity from getting the better of me. So, do you know him?
親しいというほどではありませんが、元は同胞ですから。
He said to throw the letter away if the recipient chose not to accept it.
ああ、言いそうです。もし丹治が受け取らなかったら、私が預かります。
Do they not get along?
親子なんです。
Oh.
症状はね、生の青年を殴ってしまったんです。それで怪我を負わせて読みへ。
I'm yawning a lot this morning. I got a lot of sleep. I don't know why I'm so tired. What time did I go to bed? I went to bed at a decent time and I'm still sleepy. The struggle. I see.
それで息子が関に泥を塗った。あんなバカ息子は死刑でよかったと、もうすごい剣幕でして。
I forgot about that. Tanji's a bit of a douche. Huh?
まあ、内心では心配してるんですけどね。私にこっそり症状の様子を聞く。
Tsundere dead. Maybe you slept too much. I'm guessing maybe. I can hear. Ugh. Oh. Or maybe I needed a couple of other hours. I don't know. I could also be deficient in a couple of vitamins. Yeah, and I know there's like, there is such a thing as too much sleep. Like, if you sleep too much, you'll just be tired all the time because it's like, the way I've had it described to me is it's like overcharging a battery. Like, this is specifically an issue with older technology. Like, modern technology doesn't really have this problem, but if you leave, say, like an old phone charged, like plugged in for a long time, it actually destroys the battery. I've heard it kind of like described to me there, where like if you have too much sleep, you're like a battery who's been charged too much, and that's bad because it's too much of a good thing, and too much of a good thing can still be bad, basically. But at least like when I yawn, I get to make faces like that. Sleepy face. So at least I can make funny faces. Mm-mm. It's not so much a deal with modern technology, because most modern laptops, tablets, and phones have a thing where they will auto stop charging at 80 to 90% to protect the battery. So it's not really a common problem nowadays for most new things because they have that function. But yeah, older phones and older stuff did not have that function, so it was really bad to have them on and charged all the time. Thank
次
goodness.
元殿があなたに会いたがっていましたよ。席をゆっくり散策でもしてきてください。
Jigen wants to see me. Okay. I would be very happy to speak with him.
ところで、私からの本題なのですが、今日はひどく落ち込んでいませんか？症状のことだけではありませんね。
Yeah, early 2000s was a lot. Like, I remember being told that, like, you shouldn't have cell phones near your head if you're not on call with someone. Like, don't have it next to your pillow. If you're a person with bazungas, you don't put it in your bra to hold it, like, stuff like that. Obviously, that stuff's, like, not true. Like, you can have your phone next to your head. You can put it in your bra. Like, it's not going to cause cancer. But, like, yeah. Early tech, there was just a lot of, no, you bad, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't have your cell phone anywhere near your face or, like, your head or wherever without someone being like, don't do that, you'll get cancer. Or, like, I remember reading somewhere online early on the internet where, like, if you have your cell phone next to your head for too long, the government will send brain waves through the phone to your brain to make you act dumb or some sort of stupid conspiracy theory. I mean, there are probably people. There are absolutely. What am I saying? There are absolutely people on it who still think that, but like, we all know it's not true. I am not one for tinfoil hats. Well, I'm tinfoil hat about some things, but like most of them, I'm like, no, probably not true. Yep. Huh? Alright, yeah. Akasa's like, I see through you, Byakuya.
頭のてっぺんから足のつま先までしおれています。
I feel the same as always. You shouldn't talk about people like they're flowers, you know. Exactly. People have been vindicated although, okay, some conspiracy theorists have been vindicated recently about birds being drones. They have. We've got to acknowledge that, yes, governments have been caught with bird drones before. They are real. We have seen them. They do exist. Now, does that mean every single bird is a spy drone? I don't think so. But there's a non-zero chance that a bird you're looking at may be a drone. And that's what's getting people.
草花並みに分かりやすいんですよ、あなたは。水の足りない花がうなだれるように、落ち込んでいるときはうつむいている。
To be honest, I didn't have it in me to fight back. But he was the director of the Kotowari, so maybe I could talk to him about what was on my mind. Do you know a child in Yomi called Asuha?
なあ、黒羽の弟分。
Baby pelicans are fucking freaky. Although, I don't know. Some baby animals are adorable and like cute and and you're like, oh, fluffy, cute. And then other baby animals are just nightmare fuel. The way he said it was so cute that it lifted my spirits a bit. Since Asuha lives in Yomi, he can't come up to the surface. So, would it be cruel of me to prevent him, knowing someday he might become interested in the surface?
配達へ向かう前に少し外を歩きませんか？気分転換ということで。
Oh. Walk with a casa? Okay. Oh, that's... I've got questions sent to my artist. He took me to a place right under the Amano Miyashita. As usual, far above us workers were silently building upon the pillars with new show. I'm just gonna do that now before I forget.
黒羽がアッサと親しくなったのは
No, I'll do it later. I'll remember to do it later.
そしてアッサは医者を目指すと言い出した。
Huh?
ヨスガからの情報です。内緒にしておいてと言っているようですが。
I heard so from Yosuga. It seems Asuha wishes to keep its secret, so naturally everyone around him already knows. I love how Yosuga and Camille both can just not keep secret. I couldn't help but break into a smile. Just imagining Asuha becoming a doctor made me want to pat him on the head.
それが残酷なことだと思わないでしょ?
I finally understood why he brought me here. He simply wanted to cheer me up.
アッサには憧れる自由も、夢を叶える自由もあるべきです。そして俺たちは彼の夢が叶うように応援する。それこそが役目だと思いませんか?
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
地上の者が黄泉の者を気遣うのは所詮偽善でしかない。そんな考えも否定はしません。己に余裕があるからこそ他者を思いやれるというのもまた事実でしょう。ただ俺は誰もが納得する善意や正義などこの世界にはないと思っています。
Akasa squinted his eyes, looking up at the sparkling shoal.
なので基本的には自分がしたいことをすると決めています。
It's a unique way of looking at it. There's not going to be a way to satisfy everyone, so I'm going to do what I want. Relatable. Huh? The way he said it told me he wasn't being sarcastic or giving up on the
こ
situation.
の世界ではそれくらいしか信じられるものがない。
For being the Iron Mask, that's a wonderful thing to say.
そもそも俺はこの天の御柱なんてものが大嫌いなんですよ。
Akasa! I quickly looked around
ヒルコ
us.
様の命令だかなんだか知りませんが、原式と毒式の章しか使われないんですよ。これこそが、この美しい鳥居こそが、この島の醜い差別の象徴でしょう。
He's right. I looked up the shimmering gate and slowly remembered something from my childhood. I was able to see this from Tenyo Island. It shone so brightly day and night, so I asked Tsukuyomi what it was. He said it was the most beautiful shrine gate in the world.
そんなこと。
It certainly is beautiful. But what you said is right. For better or for worse, this is a symbol of Tenyo Island. I wonder if Lord Hidoko would be angry to hear me say that.
さあ、どう？
Oh, sorry. Thank you for cheering me up. I feel much better now. I kept saying I wanted to change things, but I ended up being so easily discouraged. I'm sorry.
俺はね、少し心配なんですよ。それがあなたの強さでもあり、弱さでもあると思うので。
Really? Akaza showed a slight hesitation, which was
あな
unusual.
たは誰かのために動こうとする女性です。それは素晴らしいことだと思いますが、今回のアッサのように、脆さにもつながる。
I bit my lip a little.
とにかく、一人で背負い込まないことです。まあ、隠し事ができないのは幸いですね。
Oh, I still need to. I need to respond to Eddie. I've got to do that. Well, excuse me. I should get back to my deliveries then.
いってらっしゃい。気をつけて。
おや？
Jigen! As I entered the Red District, I happened to encounter Lord Jigen and his Chamberlain. Good day, Lord Jigen.
もしや例の手紙の配達かな？
Yes, to a person by the name of Tanji.
では私が一緒に行こう。そなただけではおそらく受け取らぬ。
Everyone's saying the same thing.
では、丹治を呼んでまいります。
頼むぞ。
As his Chamberlain left, Lord Jigen began to
オ
speak.
ランピア、手紙の配達はもちろん素晴らしいが、婿探しはどう
Bro,
なってい
she
る？
has a whole year. I keep getting distracted by it. I have my VTube studio up open where I can see it on my monitors, and I keep getting distracted by seeing myself in the corner, and I'm like... well, about that.
せかしたいわけではないのだ。ただ気になるだけで。
I see.
ローマの屋敷から出て島を歩くようになって1週間、好ましいと思うものには出会えないかね？
I do. Every day, I learn something new. I'm very sorry. To be honest, I've been neglecting my search.
素直な答えだ。
I know what I need to do, but I can't seem to get myself to focus.
私の見立てでは、そなたの周囲には良き若者たちがいると思うが。
Almost as if I'm in an Atome game, right? Why are there so many hot guys around me? It's like I'm in an Atome game. Are there?
これではダメだな。
オランピア様、申し訳ありません。
An unfamiliar voice called my name. They look alike. A man with the same hair color and similar facial features to Shoujo stood in front of me.
あのバカ息子があなた様に使い走りなど、なんとお詫び申し上げればよいか。このようなものはどうぞ燃やしてください。
まあまあ丹治、そなたの心もわかるが、受け取らなければこの娘が途方に暮れるのだぞ。
Read the letter. At a loss for words, Tanji stared at me with confusion. Will you please accept this?
はい。
Well, that was easier than last time. His hand was gentle as he took the envelope, and I breathed a sigh of relief.
症状も読みで息災にしておるようだ。
情けない息子で。せっかくこの尊い席に生まれたというのに、あんな真似を。我ら席は次元様により呪いから解放された。その恩寵を自ら捨てるような真似を。
Lord Jigen did what?
そう言うな丹治。私は症状のことを信じておるぞ。症状は確かに黄泉に住まいを移した。だがきっとあの地に根付き、仲間と共に新しい道を開いてくれる。
It does. Everyone loves Jigen. Jigen is awesome. He is best grandpa. He's apparently like fucking 500 years old, so like, he has his wisdom. And I really like him. He's quite obviously my favorite out of the 3 primary leaders. Because like, Dom was a dick and Shira's a bitch, so like, Jigen kind of wins by default, but like, he's just so nice. You can't not like him.
それこそが私たち関の役目なのだ。
そうですね。
Tanji looked again at the letter and then bowed deeply.
オランピア様、ありがとうございます。心が落ち着いたら返事を書こうと思います。
Yeah, exactly right. Like, Doma can have good intentions if it benefits him. And Shira's just like, nah. She's too jaded to care about anything else other than her own ambitions or what she wants. I'm sure Shoujo will be happy to read it. After a few more pleasantries, I excused myself. Lord Jigen freed them from the curse of the red? I've never heard of that story before, not even from my teacher. I wonder who would know more about it.
おや、席からお戻りですか。
Akaza, tell us. Tanji did use the word curse, but from the sound of it, it didn't seem that bad. It's alright if I ask, right? Do you mind if I ask you something about the red?
なんなりと。
I just spoke with Tanji and he mentioned that Lord Jigen freed them from the curse of the red. If it isn't too much for me to ask as an outsider, I'd really like to hear more about it.
特に秘密ではありませんよ。ただ、席以外の者が積極的に語る内容ではないのは確かです。席は呪われている。この島に住む者なら、一度は耳にする古い言い伝えです。
Even though we learned in other routes that this quote-unquote curse is that just part of their land was like infested with cinnabar and no one knew how to like separate it from the soil to where they could use it and the soil would be fine. And then Jigen was like, I know how to do that. Let me do that. And then he did it. And it was like, I'm in. My main problem with the blue leader is that she knows the tradition is BS but still stands in your way every chance she gets. Yeah. See, that's the problem. And she does it because she propagates it as well. Like, she knows it's bullshit. But yeah, you're right. She gets in it. Yeah. And she gets in the way of it because it just messes with her shit. Like, in the other routes, she doesn't care any little bit about what you do, really. It's just when it gets in the way of something that she wants or that she's doing, like in Riku and Sakyo, you know, their thing, then oh, give me a sec. Oh, it's... Discord. There we go. Discord sounds should be off now. I forgot to mute it. Dang.
それは関の土壌によるものなのです。
Huh?
あの地は新車という物質を多く含んでいて、体内に入ると害を及ぼします。そこに次元殿がまれびととして流れ着いた。海の向こうの知恵により、その新車を塗料や薬、金属に変える術を与えた。そして原式でありながら疎まれていた関に莫大な富をもたらした。関の者が彼を慕う理由が納得いただけましたか？
What an incredible
あっ
accomplishment.
たらしいですよ。そんなすごいことが。
Lord Jigen is even more wonderful than I thought.
今なら科学的根拠に基づきこう説明できますが、理由もわからず死ぬ色など昔はさぞ疎まれたことでしょうね。
I can sense a hint of sarcasm in his voice. A cursed color that was once shunned was now prosperous. Hmm? Oh, yeah, no. That would be my friends list. I don't have any... I don't think I've got... Wait, let me see. Yeah. I don't have any... Like... I don't have any, yeah. I don't have any friends on my my Discord, not my Discord, on my Nintendo account that don't have their tag names. Like, no one on my Nintendo friends list is using their real name on my friends list. So it's all good. But yeah, it's on the Switch. Whenever you've got someone on your friends list who's online playing a game, it pops up. I don't know if you can turn it off. How fascinating.
ではそろそろ失礼します。これから軍本部に用事がありますので。
No, it's so good. I mean, Kaze, I am someone who has accidentally doxed myself a few times on stream. At this point in time, it's a fair concern to have. But hey, because of that, because of what happened that one time with the map, I specifically did this. I have... So Opera GX has this function where you can set up a specific profile. You can set up a specific profile. So this Opera GX profile only has VTuber stuff signed in on it. So there's no non-VTuber accounts signed on to it, and it's completely safe. It's designed for streamers to have their own like profile for streaming purposes. So I use that now whenever I'm streaming. I close out the other tabs of browser I have, and I only have that one open. So if I ever need to go to browser again, I go to this specific one that's not logged into anything. I think. Well, if I go to Google, it might be. But yeah. We're good. Thank you, and good luck with your work. I bowed and watched him depart. After delivering my other letters, I arrived at the beach. Himika's already here. I carefully walked across the sand to water when he suddenly turned my way. Himika rushed to meet me halfway, blushing and seeming to be full of joy.
Konnichiwa.
He's adorable. Good day to you too.
Konnichiwa.
Have I done that? I may have done that. That sounds like something I would... I don't remember doing it, but I probably would have done that. I cleared out my... Because every so often I do a mass delete of all my tweets. Because I just like to keep it clean. And people are awful and will bring up something you said like 5 years ago. As like, this generation is a bad person. And, like, I didn't ever tweet anything inflammatory on purpose, but like, I like to clean house every now and again. But, so I've deleted them. I'm like, I've been debating on whether or not to post those commissions again. So far, they're just set in, in the Discord. So if you want to see those, you need to join the Discord. And you need to be an adult. So, if I find out you're not, banhammer. But yeah. There we go. I'm proud of them. I like them. I've been trying to work up the courage to get a different one, but get a new one. But at the same time, I feel like I should commission something safe for work first before I go for a spacey one again. Then he stared at me without saying a word. Under the sunlight, he seems even more delicate. I looked at my own arm in comparison.
男だろ。胸も腰もないし。
Could have said he's a man, right? But he's so slim. I bet even I have more muscle on my body than he does. Rather, it seemed as if he had no muscle at all. His arms and legs were so pale and thin that the jewelry he wore seemed to be too heavy for him. I almost felt like he'd be burned up by the sunlight and disappear into the air.
どうかしましたか?
Femboy alert! Femboy alert! Oh, nothing.
僕がおかしかったですか?
Not at all. I was thinking about how white your skin is. How dare you? Well, I guess the math checks out. Himika then gazed at himself with a bewildered look on his face.
でも、あなたも同じくらい白いですよ。
Really? I guess so. I heard my white blood prevents me from tanning.
白はこの世界で一番美しい色だから。
It was though he was singing words of praise. He was so different from the last time I saw him. I filled with my cap to hide my
今日
embarrassment.
は来てくれてどうもありがとうございます。来なくても当然だと思っていたので。
I have seen a lot of Bluey merch because it's everywhere. As an Australian show, it gets aired in New Zealand a lot and it's very popular here. So yeah, I see a lot of it. I see a lot of merch of it everywhere, but I've not actually ever watched the show itself. What do you mean by that? I would never break a promise.
あ、ごめんなさい。あなたが悪いのではなくて、僕が嫌われても当然という意味です。
Okay, I need to make a tweet. I need to make a tweet. I don't watch South Park. I'm not a fan of South Park. Its humor is just a bit too crass and for me personally. But it's interesting to hear that Bluey was on it. He didn't need to look down on himself so much. What was that made him think this way? I mean, I agree that more often than not, the messages of what they've got is worth listening to. It's just I don't like the delivery. I don't know. I'm not fond of overly crass humor, I guess. The presentation of the messages, the humor they use is not my favorite. But yeah, usually then they're not wrong. I mean, aren't the creators like super, I don't want to say leftist, but they're left-leaning, aren't they? Majority of the time where I see like, I don't know, I don't want to get too into it, but like, yeah, messages are good, but the delivery is done in a way where I'm a bit personally. Just not my thing. Himuka, didn't I tell you yesterday? You really don't need to apologize like this. Would he be comforted by my reassurance? Or maybe the words were too cruel. I just couldn't help but say what was on my mind.
僕はあなたと話せてとても嬉しい。あなたと話すことを何度も夢見た。
Himuka was beaming, but something didn't feel right. Himuka, are you saying that because I'm Olympia?
え?
Seeing him surprised was surprising me too.
ごめんなさい。違います。そういう意味で言ったわけではないんです。むしろオランピアなんて呼び方は嫌いです。それはあなたの誠の名ではないでしょう。
Huh? That's right. He suddenly felt a lot closer to me now. And not exactly in a physical way. Himuka, have we met before? Suddenly he felt a lot farther now. It was like a great distance between our souls.
以前に会ったことも喋ったこともありません。
Oh. I see. But if Bluey was one of the child safety episodes, I think the plot calls. Kids were bullying each other with AI videos. A boy took them to court for abusing her IP. Basic problem is AI is a huge problem. People want to talk. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, AI is a big copyright infringement problem, but yeah, it's a big ethical concern. It's an environmental concern. I mean, not AI in general. Specifically, we need to specify that this is generative AI. There is AI use that is actually genuinely helpful and not a threat, but generative AI is the other big one. He looks so lonely.
でもあなたはよくここを歩いているでしょ。僕も探し物は好きで。
Oh, really? You should have come up to talk to me then.
あなたがいるときは恥ずかしくて隠れていたから。
That's adorable.
隠れ。
Oh, baby's crying. Ah, baby. Why baby cry? Huh?
あなたが目の前にいる。
Himika, what is your deal? Why are you crying, baby? Huh? Suddenly, tears began to fall from his eyes.
こんな僕の目の前にあなたが立って僕と話。
Himika? I couldn't understand what was happening. I was sure the confusion showed on my face, but I couldn't escape. I was overwhelmed by how sad, childlike, and beautiful his tears were.
ごめんなさい。突然。
Oh, baby.
どうか逃げない。
No cry. Don't baby cry. Hug the baby. I hope that was the message. I don't think it's gonna get me to watch this episode of South Park, but hey.
僕はとても醜く汚れているけど、それでも絶対にあなたを傷つけたりはしないから。だからどうか嫌わないで。
I'm wondering, do we think Himika's accidentally used his Batsu on someone? And like, because like Byakuya accidentally used her Batsu on Doma and destroyed his arm. But do you think because Himika's Batsu works so fast that he just straight up accidentally killed someone? And that's why he's fucked up about it? About like how he's disgusting and bad and not worth it or whatever.
本当にあなたの味方だから。この世界が壊れてもあなたを裏切らないから。
But what? What are you saying?
僕を嫌わないで。僕から逃げないで。
He cowered as if he was afraid of something. Don't worry. I won't run from you. I took out my handkerchief and dried his tears. Something like that. This boy is traumatized in some way. Just no doubts about it. But, precious baby.
ごめんなさい。
Please, stop crying.
こんなごめんなさい。ずっと見ているだけだったから。僕なんかが近づいたらあなたが汚れてしまうと思っていたから。
They do. They need warmth, love, and happiness, and not a stupid caste system that sucks. Defile? His work must be really taking a toll on him.
こんな風に話せて嬉しい。
No, that's not it. He hardly knows me at all, but he's talking to me like this? I couldn't describe the feeling of unease. Something didn't seem right. I had idea sprain in my brain space. What if he's descended from someone who went to the island during the Red Calamity? Because he's younger than us. I think he's even a year younger than... I think he's 16, not 17. Oh, well, no, he might be about the same age as Tokisada. But, like, I do think he's younger than Byakuya. So it could be... well, no, just... trying to think... it might not work. Or at least... Or maybe, like, he's the son of someone who went to the island during the Red... I don't know, I don't... No, the more I think about it, the more that doesn't quite make sense, but, like... The way he's talking is as if he's, like, personally done something to her. Or, like, he knows information that would... I don't know. But I couldn't blame him for that, seeing how apologetic he was toward me. Then no more sneaking around me. And stop being apologetic. We're friends now, right? You can come and talk to me all you want. And if I see you first, I'm gonna come over and talk to you. Deal? Himika nodded repeatedly. And if you don't mind, let's chat casually from now on. Unless you really don't want to. There was something in his response that lingered after he said it. But I couldn't just turn my back on him now. Oh. With that behind us, we set to searching for things along the shore. Unfortunately, we found nothing of note, so we decided to return to Yomi so I could check my letterbox. Right? I feel like he already has, though. I think this
おい、
is...
聞いたか? 聖の軍人野郎が黄泉の女と寝たって。
Oh. I could hear some workers having a conversation. Soldier? Oh, wait. The only soldier from the blue I knew was Riku. I couldn't help but listen closely.
それってさ、オキジクってやつだろ。この前やつが女の家から出てくるのを見たぜ。
Oh, right. Yeah, the fucking baby making claws or whatever the shit thing was we found out from Yosuga's and Riku's roots. It's someone different. I breathed a sigh of relief knowing that it wasn't him. The disturbing conversation continued.
消されるな。
しかしよ、見つかったら処刑されるってのによくやるよな。そりゃ、俺だって女のまたぐらは好きだけどよ。
Ugh. Kill them. Beheaded. Off with your head. Both of them.
軍人ってことは偉いのにな。そんなバカやっちまうんだな。そういや、処刑人ってこの黄泉のやつなんだろ？
Huh?
らしいよな、噂だと。共食いじゃねえ。同族殺しみたいなもんだろ。
God, these people suck.
平気なもんかね。俺はちょっと無理だわ。人殺しだけはよ。
He doesn't kill people for a living. He takes the already dead people and turns them into pretty rocks.
俺も勘弁だぜ。
そんな奴に近づきたくねえ。
Himika. Something cold passed through his silvery eyes. Suddenly.
おい逃げたぞ
Huh?
女の足だ坂までは逃げられん
Loud voices echoed from a nearby alley, and suddenly a woman came running out.
あ、助けて。白のオランピア様でしょ。あなたならどうにかできませんか？
Huh?
いたぞあそこだ
The soldiers quickly surrounded us. Her, to be exact.
無地の実を生の置き軸と寝たな
As I covered her behind me, she stuck her head out and shouted.
寝て何が悪いの？私はあの人を愛してるんだから。
頭の悪い女だな地上の男がお前など本気で相手にするわけがないだろう
The soldier chuckled and swiftly dragged her out from behind me. Hold on, give me a sec. I need to blow my nose. Schnoz has been blown. What are you doing? Unhand her. I pulled on his arm, but he quickly shook me
オ
off.
ランピア様いくらあなたといえどもそれはなりませんこの女は大罪を犯したのですから
Yeah, well, fuck you and your bullshit. But
ご容赦を
the man started to drag her away.
離してったら。
Stop! Don't take her! I was about to give chase, but the other soldiers stood in my
これ
way.
以上は立ち入らないでください規律と秩序を守るのが私たち軍の役目なのですから
あなた様もこのような場所に出入りなさらない方がいいドーマ殿のお屋敷までお送りします
Don't you dare! I glared at them when suddenly... Huh? Two of the soldiers fell to the
間
ground.
抜け。女だと思って甘く見たでしょ。
Hey, Gomeo! She had pushed them both down with great force and quickly ran away. I nearly cheered. As she weaved through the clouds, her figure became more hidden until it disappeared. Yes, please escape. I stayed where I was, looking around for any sign of her capture, but it seemed she had escaped. I looked around more. Huh? Where's Himika? He was nowhere to be found. And that was so rude of me. I was so distracted by her, I completely forgot about him. I looked around the plaza, but I didn't see a silvery ashen here anywhere. I should apologize the next time I see him, but for now... Is anyone here?
おや、本日3度目ですね。見たところ何かにお怒りのようですが。
Kuraba was with him in his office. Having them both here made things easier. I didn't come to get any letters checked, and I know I'm just being a bother, but I came because I had to talk about something, or rather ask a favor.
お、またなんだよ思いついたか。
どうぞ。
There was a woman from Yomi who was about to be arrested. She and a soldier from the Blue are apparently lovers. So, Kuraba gave a knowing sigh and Akaza looked at me without any change in expression. But he was the one who said it, Ebisudo.
色 そくらいと。
I gave myself a nudge to continue. I think it's wrong that someone would be executed just for falling in love. Is there any way we can save her? I know I just barged in here to ask you to do the impossible, but surely there must be something that can be done. Of course, if there's anything I could do myself, I'd be more than happy to help. Akaza looked outside the window. I wondered what he could be looking at. Ishana-ten? Or maybe Yamanomi Hashira?
以前にも嘆願書のことはお話ししたと思います。色相を超えての荒廃は確かに士気を乱すものではあります。ですが生命は尊重されるべきですから、私たちもできうる限りの力は注いできました。
だが一向に通らない。
Yeah. What? Is it Doma? Is he the one denying you?
聖の修羅大師の方が強く反対しているらしい。
Again, see, that proves it. Like, Shira knows that it's all bullshit, but she doesn't give a shit. Well, okay, knows. It's not that she does, Shira is more against the treatment of women on the island than the actual color class system. She cares more about how, which is a fair thing to want. Like, she wants better treatment for women. Like, women don't get to go to school. Women don't, like, get to be leaders. Like, there's a clear misogyny issue on the island as well. And that's the only thing Shira cares about. She doesn't care about the caste system. And that's why she doesn't care. She only cares about what she cares about. And everything else is like, well, yeah, you know?
あそこは罰を残すために可能な限り性同士で交配するような色だからな。
Yeah.
外しなんて絶対に認めたくないだろうな。
Even though their to-be leader is the child of one. And that's also, she's a hypocrite as well. She's a fucking hypocrite. Because Riku is the child of Hazushi. But because his blue traits are so vibrant, he can pass as pure blue. So again, Shira's a hypocrite as well. Hazushi.
色相を破り、通じたものをそう呼ぶのです。
How awful. There's no time to waste. If she gets caught, then... I caught myself and suddenly came to my senses. I'm so sorry. It's not as if you two did anything wrong.
俺はそういうあんたが好きだよ。ただこればかりは手紙の配達みたいにいかない。それはわかるな。
Yeah. Basically that, yeah. I see. I'm so sorry for bringing this up to you. I bowed to them.
あなたはひとまず彼女が無事に逃げ切れるよう祈っていてください。こちらでは嘆願書の準備をしておきます。
Thank you very much, and I'm sorry for asking so much. If you need help with any petitions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to write as many as needed. I bowed to them once more and left the office.
「そもそも俺はこの天の御柱なんてものが大嫌いなんですよ。
The shrine gate was built both day and night, a symbol of discrimination on this island. No matter how beautiful it looked, it's also hideous. After looking a while at its glittery brilliance, I turned to walk back to the manor.
pleasures.
I'm prepared for disappointment, but I need to speak to elder sister regardless. Fortunately, I had a letter to deliver to the Blue District. Once I completed the delivery, I went to pay elder sister a visit.
オランピア、私に用とは一体どうしたの?
Elder sister gracefully walked toward me with a maid in tow. I came today with a request that you might honor me with a favor, Lady Shira.
どうしたの? そんなにかしこまって。
I'd like to ask you reconsider the petitions requesting the abolishment of the executions.
いきなりだこと。
I'm aware it's rude of me to ask, but don't you think the executions are too severe? I mean, yeah, because simply banishing them to Yomi would be enough. Elder sister gently stroked my cheek with her fan.
オランピア、世の中を正しく導くには、
Yeah.
罰も必要なの。
Yeah, but that's why you... Yeah, punishments are necessary, but that's why you banish them to Yomi when they'll never get to see the sun again. Like, that's enough of a punishment, I feel like, personally. In my opinion. Banishment to where you'll never see the sun again. And you have to live in a dark cave forever. I mean, yeah, it's a fully functional city down there, but, like, you're barred from going to the surface forever. Like, I feel like that's enough of a punishment. I don't know. I'm very anti-death penalty in any sense anyway, so that's just me.
それに、処刑された彼らが残すものは、私たちの命に役立っているのよ。
Yeah, exactly. What about you, huh? The living? What do you mean?
ショーとなった彼らの魂は、医学の研究のために使用されます。白やその他の薬の素材となるのです。罪を犯した者たちの魂は、それにより安寧を得て救済されることでしょう。
That is such a backwards way of thinking. I'm sorry. Like, Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to back down now. If I back down, nothing will change. It's true that medical research is important, but that doesn't give us the reason to punish people through execution.
納得できないのなら、しなければ。かわいいオランピア。外の世界に出たばかりのあなたは、知りたがりの頑張り屋さん。でもね、この世界のすべてがあなたの思い通りにはならないということを
This might sound crazy. You know who Shira's reminding me of? At least in this moment. She's reminding me of Mother Gothel from Tangled. Where she's like, oh, Byakuya, you're just so new to the world and you just don't know how everything works and you're just learning about the world, but this is just how it is and you just can't do anything about it, so stop doing anything about it, kind of thing, you know? Like, this is how it's feeling to me, and it's feeling like that, like the manipulative kind of thing, you know? Like, do what I want, don't stop doing not what I want, you know? It's feeling very bad. Her words weakened me. She defeated me with astonishing ease.
私はあなたが大好きよ。意地悪したいわけではないの。
I was so frustrated by my weakness that the back of my eyes began to burn.
だからこそあなたに大人になってほしいのよ。
But the thing is, like, it's the testament of good writing that I hate Shira so much. The fact that I hate Shira so much despite understanding where she's coming from to some extent because of what happened with her husband, what she's dealing with Sakyo, and like other shit. Like, she's not 100% maniacally evil because she's actively working so that women on the island get treated better. But her pro-feminism angle of like, I'm making a school so that girls can finally be educated. I am the first female ruler and I'm trying to keep my position so that people get used to the idea so that more women can become leaders. Like, that's good. She's doing good shit. But she's also kind of still a twisted bitch at the same time. So, it's a testament to the writing of this game, the fact that you're like, well, you're doing good, but you're also still not a great person. You know, like, I love this game. The writing in this game is amazing. Facing her like this made it very easy to realize I was nothing more than a little girl. No matter how revered or worshipped I was, it meant nothing if I didn't have any power.
では失礼するわね。
But then again, you can think about it like, well, yes, Shira's making it so that women can, you know, be educated and take leadership positions. But then if you look back even further, it's like, well, yes, she's helping women, but she's specifically helping upper class women, right? Like, she's not making it so that every girl on the whole island can go to the school she's building. She's making it specifically so the primary class and secondary class people can go to school. Like, I doubt that her school is going to allow Otsu or Ko people, like Ko girls, like Otsu and Ko class girls to go. I bet if it is even not just people of the blue, like, it could just be for, like, we've not had this confirmed yet, but like, it could just be a school for the girls in the blue class. Or the primary classes only. It's like, yeah, Shira's helping women of the island, but she's specifically helping the upper class erudites, you know, the pretty colors. The women of the pretty colors to be educated. The Ko and the Otsu and the people in Yomi, fuck him. They don't matter. So again, you could say, well, she's only helping a specific group of women. This is similar to what happened in the US. Fight for equal rights for women and minorities happening at the same time, but they didn't work together because... That's also true. I do think in Shura's case, it's mostly that, yeah, she's specifically helping her people and not all people. Well, specifically women. She's helping her women. Her girls. The women of the blue, yellow, and red, and probably the secondary classes as well. Like, some secondary class women might be able to go to her school that she's building. But, yeah. I severely doubt she's letting a Ko or Otsu girl or woman go to her school. So, like, again, you could say, well, she's not completely altruistic. And that still makes her a bad person. But it's a testament to the writing of how good this game is. Because there is that amount of depth, you know? Without waiting for my response, elder sister turned around and walked away, her feathered coat swaying behind her. Nothing is going to change at this rate. I left the Blue District with a heavy heart. Ugh. I wondered how many times I sighed after leaving elder sister. I must have looked so stupid and selfish. I was born on Tenyo Island. To everyone else, I was only an outsider here.
助けて！白のオランピア様でしょ？あなたならど
But I want to help. I felt so hopeless and powerless that I finally burst into tears.
悲しいの？
I turned around to see him standing behind me. What are you doing here?
上から見えたから声をかけてみようと思って。でも近づいたらなんだか悲しそうで。どうしたの？誰かにいじめられた？
I suddenly remembered Himika disappearing yesterday. Do you remember that woman from Yomi who was about to be caught? I want to save her, but...
かわいそうだよね。何も悪いことなんてしてないのに。
His words made me want to hug him. He was against the executions too. I felt a bit better, feeling like I had found a comrade.
あなたのために何かしてあげたいけど。ごめん。僕もどうしていいかわからない。
I feel much better now. Thank you for saying that. I feel much better now. I'll try and think of something to help. Himika came closer with a worried expression and wiped away my tears with his fingertip.
泣かないで。
Himika gently took my hand in his. He held it as if he was trying to take all of my sorrow into himself.
あなたには幸せでいてほしいんだ。この世界の誰よりも。
Himika.
僕は美しくて気高いあなたのことが大好きだから。
Huh? He was looking at me with a bold, unflinching gaze. You know it's serious when the background music stops. Which was why I was so confused. Haven't we just met? He doesn't know much about me at all. Or perhaps... he did only see me as Olympia. Thank you. I couldn't let him see that I was a bit disappointed. I let go of his hand with a gentle smile as I could manage. You know, the weather's really nice today. I bet it feel good to go swimming.
泳いでいいよ。僕は見てるから。
You don't like swimming?
海は嫌いだから。
Seeing that I didn't know what to say, Himika quickly looked away.
ごめんなさい。今のは全部忘れてください。
He doesn't like the ocean. How about we head back then? This time a despair crossed his face, like a child who'd been left behind. What am I supposed to do? Himika stood quietly, looking uncomfortable. I know. How about we search the beach again today?
あなたは探し物が好きだよね。
Huh? A strong wave came crashing in. Nothing appeared from under the receding wave.
何か嫌なものを拾ったことはないの？
Anything I hated? I tried to remember something I actually picked up from this beach. I often find torn bags along the shore, but picking them up is my way of keeping the beach clean.
もっと醜くて怖いものが流れ着いたら。
You mean someone who drowned? He crouched down and picked up a piece of kelp.
亡骸を見つけたことがあるの？
That's quite the question. No. Wait. Where is it? I need to do this. How's Byakuya never seen a dead person? She was there the day the Red Calamity happened. I mean, that's true. Well, no, they're alive. But, like, how has Byakuya never seen a dead person when she was supposedly there the day the Red Calamity happened and everyone on Tenyu Island committed suicide? Everyone on the island died. Except for her. Because she was too young. How has she never seen a dead person? Like... Shouldn't she know? Shouldn't she have seen? Like, I'm sure. They are very well hydrated zombies. They're rehydrated zombies. But I'm just like, was she just told that everyone in the white was dead, and she just believed them? I'm trying to remember that one scene. I can't remember whose route it was in, but I remember we got a scene where Byakuya was a baby and she was trying to go back to Tenyo Island. Maybe she didn't see anything then. No, yeah, we still don't know exactly what happened. But I just assumed that since she was on the island and she knows, like, she would have seen it. She would have seen at least her mother, because I'm assuming she would have lived with her mother. So, like, I'm suspicious about how she's not seen anything. Like, so I'm guessing she was just told they're all dead? And they all committed suicide? And she's just believing it? But then Tsukuyomi at the same time also told Byakuya in Tokisada's route, the route we just played, she straight up asked, did Dolma kill everyone on the island? Because that's what Tokisada had been fed by shitfaces. And Tsukuyomi straight up said, no. I swear it on Lady Amaterasu that it is the truth that all of the women of the white committed suicide. So, you've got to believe that's true. I guess, yeah, but you would assume they were in the same house living together. You would think that if everyone was offing themselves because a bunch of men were invading the island, that would cause a ruckus. That would wake up a child, no? Unless it's a repressed memory. I don't know. I want to know what the deal is. Oh, I didn't read out that. But I know the ocean can be dangerous, and I've heard stories of people drowning. I'd be surprised if I found them here, but I'd like to give them a proper burial if possible.
ごめん、変なことを聞いて。なら、今まで拾って一番嬉しかったものは？
That was the question I was waiting for. Maybe. Could Dolma? Well, no. I think we thought at one point that Dolma was Byakuya's biological dad, but then we saw something that would contradict that. Because, like, if Dolma is her dad, you could... Maybe it's that her mother managed to contact Dolma in some way and he came to the island to specifically help, like, save her? I don't know. There's so much possibility of what it can be. My brain space is burning, trying to think about all the possibilities. But then again, if Byakuya was his biological daughter, then why is he being such a dick to her, you know? I actually found a letter that came from a place called Japan. It was in a cute little bottle. I was with Lord Jigen when I found it, and he said I could keep it.
日本からの瓶に入った手紙。そうか。波は あなたにそんな素敵なものを運んできたんだね。
His words filled me with such joy I couldn't contain myself, so I had to invite him. I have it at my hideout. Would you like to see it?
隠れ家?
Yes, it's over there. I pointed at the small cottage on the cape. Oh, I didn't break in without permission or anything. It actually belongs to Dalma.
僕なんかが行ってもいい?
Of course. Let's get going. I do.
あ、いろいろあるね。
Even if he's not Byakuya's mother specific, Byakuya's father, sorry. Even if he's not Byakuya's father specifically, I'm wondering maybe if he had a wife over on Tenyo Island like Fuso did, and was just kind of bitter that he couldn't live and see with the women he loved. Like maybe he's like Fuso and can remember the time on the island where everyone forgets, and he's like bitter that he couldn't be with the one he loved. Maybe. I don't know. It feels like a bit of a stretch. It feels a bit too simple for it to be like, oh, Toma just wanted to be with the woman he loved. So he went over there and then it was just a big misunderstanding. I feel like that would be a bit disappointing if it was that. But I'm interested. I'm eager. I want to know what the deal is. Wow. You have so many things here. Oh, that's Himika's line, not mine.
Doi.
Doi. Himika's excitement was palpable, which thrilled me beyond belief. I must be so easy to please, especially after feeling so let down just a while ago.
流木もたくさん。こっちはサンゴだね。
They're all in good shape, aren't they? I need There we go. I gathered them all one by one.
僕の家みたいだ。
Your home, Himika? I couldn't let his response go. I was curious to find out what kind of place this mysterious person called home. What about this place reminds him of it? Do you collect things too, by chance? Or it could be a Snape situation where he loved Bee's mom, but she chose someone else. And when he tried to save her, he found the daughter he could... Ooh! Ooh. I'd be down with that. I'll be down for that. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair. I'd like to see. I bet he must have a lot of interesting things. Then again, we've only just become friends, so I doubt he'll invite me.
手紙見せてほしい。
Oh, that's right.
本当だ。
I'm still so mad we didn't show this to fucking Tokisada. Like, come on. Just show him to be like, look. It's from Tokyo, Japan in 2021. Japan does get better. And Tokisada would be like, Tokyo? What's Tokyo? Tokyo? What? It's like, yeah, it's not even called Edo anymore. It's called another place. I'm still mad we didn't get to show this to Tokisada. I really want to see his reaction to it. Seeing him shake with the letter in his hands dissolved any sense of caution I felt toward
海
him.
の向こうからあなたに届いた手紙。これはあなたに幸せを運ぶよ。絶対に。僕だってこんな素敵なものを拾ったことない。
Really?
そうだよ。もしかしたら島に流れ着いたものの中で一番美しいものかもしれない。
I felt a bit embarrassed by the compliment. I only found it, but it's almost as if he's praising me for doing so.
波は求めし者へ。
The waves bring forth what one seeks. They've said that so many times that it's got to be important. I mean, it already is kind of important. Like it was important in Tokisada's route. It was important in Riku's route.
あなたに届いたものが美しく幸せなものでよかった。
Himika? What do you mean by that?
ああ。
He traced his bracelet awkwardly with his finger.
だって醜いものなんて拾いたくないでしょ。
The way he's speaking. Are we going back to that subject?
ごめんね。気にしないで。
Well, no, his pupils aren't
でも
crosses.
良いものを見られて僕も嬉しい。
Oh, God, yeah. Let's not bring that guy up. I was like, the way he's talking, like, you don't want to find anything gross on the beach who's washed up. I hate the ocean. The way he's speaking, it sounds like he's an outsider, but his eyes aren't crosses, and we've established that everyone who's an outsider, their pupils are crosses, so he can't be. Unless he's wearing really good contact. I decided not to pursue it since he seems satisfied now. You think maybe he drowned? Maybe. Or almost drowned. But the thing is, he can't be an outsider because his pupils don't match the you know, what we've been told. I'm guessing it's something like that. We'd only just started to getting to know each other. I was sure all the questions I had would be answered in time.
そうだ。今日はもう手紙の配達は終わったの？
Yes, I only had one letter to the Blue District.
また入っていないか見に行かない？僕、あの赤い箱が好きなんだ。入ってないか。残念。
Himika looked so disappointed with his slumped shoulders that I felt sorry for him. But at the same time, he was so cute. Why do you like this letterbox? Oh, maybe. Maybe he's an outsider that didn't die, maybe. And that's why his pupils aren't crosses, to show that he's still, like, alive in his first life rather than someone who's been alive again.
今までこの島になかったものだから。
That would be an interesting twist. The smile on his face made my heart flutter a bit. I felt like we were actually communicating
こ
today.
の島にもこの読みにもなかった新しいもの。だから嬉しい。
I see.
あなたもまた波となった。読みと地上に宝物を運ぶ波。
Come to think of it, he said something similar before. I gazed at his smiling face when...
どうした？二人で釣ったって何か揉め事か？
Oh, Kuroba. Everything's fine. We just came to check on my letters, but the box is empty.
お疲れさん。俺は飯に来たんだけど、時間あるならみんなで茶でもどうだ？
I could tell that Himika was hesitant. I was sure that Kuraba noticed too.
僕なんかが近づいたらあなたが汚れてしまうと思っていたから。
I can see why Himika might be worried about being near people, but... Let's have some tea together. I think I'm gonna go with that too. I like that theory. Oh. I seem to have frozen. Why has I frozen? I have unfrozen. Haha. I know this may be a bit forceful, but I want him to be open with others too. Himeka, why don't we join him for a while? Let's have some tea together. You've never been inside the bathhouse before, have you? Like I said before, there are a lot of rare and tasty treats served here. Of course, I won't force you, but I'd be happy if we could all enjoy some tea together.
嬉しい。あなたが。
Yes.
なら、行きます。
よし、決まり。善は急げだ。行くぞ。
やあ、弔い屋のヒムか。歓迎するよ。
全部俺のおごりだ。好きなもの頼んでいいぞ。
でも、本当に僕なんかがここに座ってもいいんでしょうか？
いいんだって。別に堅苦しい場所じゃないから。
So, is there anything you'd like to try? I opened the menu for him, but all he did was look down as if he wasn't sure what to choose.
よすが、おすすめを全部。
Huh?
かしこまりました。
Himeka will be welcomed, and he will be welcomed to the max. Yosuke responded quickly and walked away. He's not going to let me play again. He's not going to let me pay again, is he? As for Himeka, he doesn't look like he's very comfortable. I'd better not talk too much about him for the time being.
安心してくれ、ヒムカ。ここの飯にまずいものはない。お前はそんな細っこいんだから、どんどん食べて肉をつけろ。
細い？
Himeka stared intently at Kuraba's body.
確かに。こうして比べると、あなたの肉体は男らしくて立派な感じがします。
え
Oh god. Even the easygoing Kuraba was taken aback. As was I, of course.
やはり僕はおかしいですか？
いや、待て待て。悪かったな。そういうつもりで言ったんじゃない。お前はお前。俺は俺。
Kuraba's completely thrown off. He's right. As long as you're healthy, it doesn't matter if you're a bit slender.
それにお前はまだ若いし、鍛えればもっと筋肉もつくし、背も伸びるから。
Imagine. I know I said before that Himeka looks young. Imagine he's older than everyone else. I think Kuraba's like 28. Imagine if Himeka's like 30. That would be a lot.
そうですね。
I don't think he is. I think he's younger. I think he's about the same age as Tokisada, off the top of my head. Himeka's awkward smile made Kuraba and I smile awkwardly as well until...
お待たせしました。まずは前菜から。茹でた豚肉ときゅうりに辛いソースをかけたものでございます。
That looks good.
続きまして、豆腐とピータンのサラダ。こちらがチャーシューの焼きまんじゅう。その横が大根餅。
Man! Hello. I'm gonna die. That's your welcome. That's how I welcome you to the chat. Stupid. Dishes I had never seen or heard before were being lined up in front of us. That was just really, really weird timing. I was There's still so many delicious things in the world I haven't even tasted yet.
よし、食べるぞ。
I can't wait. They all look delicious. Here, Himeka, try some. Ow! Don't bunk me. Despite my encouragement, Himika simply gazed at the food with his chopsticks in hand. What's the matter? Is there any food you don't like?
そういうものはないと思う。
Well, give it a try then.
本当に遠慮するなよ。出されたものは美味しくいただく。それが作ったものへの礼儀だ。
礼儀。
Himika hastily picked up a piece of pork with his chopsticks and put it in his mouth. So, how is it?
美味しい。
Great!
よかった。なぜあなたが嬉しいの？
Huh? His honest question stumped me for a moment. You're right. It's not like I cooked it. I guess I'm happy because you like the food.
なぜ？
His questions made me wonder again. Kuraba and Yosuga were quiet, cautiously observing the situation. Because we're friends?
友達。
Wouldn't you feel happy if your friends were happy too?
それは僕があなたに笑っていてほしい気持ちと同じ。
Huh? Yep. Kuraba and Yosuga's like, okay, this guy is absolutely smitten. I think so. Feeling strangely embarrassed, I set my chopsticks down and looked away
あ
from
なた
him.
が幸せならそれでいい。あなたはこの世界の一番大切な女性だから、誰よりも幸せでいないと。
Himika. It wasn't meant as a curse. There was no trace of malice in his serious eyes as he looked at me. And yet my heart was screeching.
どうしたの？僕、何か悪いことを言った。
This poor
あなたを
baby.
不幸にした。
Yeah, for sure. Not at all. I quickly shook my head, desperately trying to find something to say that changed the subject. I don't want to correct him or reprimand him. Himika isn't saying that to tease me. That's right. About that person yesterday. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the woman we saw yesterday. I was just hoping she would find happiness too.
昨日ってもしかして軍から逃げてるミオのこと？
You know her? Is she safe? I lurched toward Yosuga, but he only shrugged.
まだ捕まった話は聞かないね。
Yeah,
こ
for
の
sure.
世には細い路地がたくさんあるから不慣れな軍人相手なら案外逃げられる。
So she's going to be safe?
ただずっと隠れていられるかというとそこは正直難しいだろうね。
Then is it no use?
結局どこにも逃げ場がないからな。
No, I mean it's a giant cavern in the underground. There's gonna have to be escape.
仮に荷物なんかに紛れて上に逃げたとするだろ。でもそこからはせいぜい離れ島が限度だ。
この世界の果ては大渦がある。誰も何も。
そうだね。
Suddenly Himika spoke.
何かが流れ着くことはあっても、この世界のものがあの海を越えることはできない。絶対に。
Never. He said it with such a finality that my heart sunk with disappointment.
ただまあ軍人を突き飛ばして逃げたんだろ。きっとしぶとく生き延びるって。
Yeah, stretch. I sure hope so. I can only pray that she will.
彼女はあなたの友達？
Huh? Not at all.
でも心配？
Himika's response was normal. Even I had to laugh at myself about it. Yes, I am.
そう。
I'm guessing because whoever they've seen or like know who has tried to escape that way has ended back at the beach in some sort of way. I am currently searching for my future husband, but I've never actually fallen in love before. Which is why, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it means to love someone. So my opinion on the matter may not be very sound, but at the very least, I don't think it's wrong to love someone. And especially not deserving of death. So I want her to find happiness.
上ではそんなことを口にしてはダメだよ。
もう遅いって。赤座や俺たちだけでなく、修羅大師やドーマ殿にも直訴したらしいからな。
Maybe. Huh? You know that already? Just as I frowned.
旦那様、こちらに弔い屋はいますか？もしかして誰か死んだ？らしいです。表で探してます。行くよ。
He rushed through the hall but then stopped and turned around to us.
お邪魔しました。いろいろ美味しかったです。
見かけ通り不思議な子だね。
But I don't think he's bad or anything.
だろうね。彼が君のことを慕っているのは間違いない。
But why?
実はあいつにちょっと興味があってさ。いいところに立ってたから飯に誘ってみた。
So that's why you invited us.
ただ。
But what is it?
いや、きっと僕の思い過ごしだ。婿探し中だったよね。あの子と付き合ってみたら？
なんだその反応。完全に脈なしかよ。俺ちょっとだけヒムカに同情するわ。
What do you mean by that?
ぼんやりしてるとあっという間に1年経ってしまうよ。頑張って。少なくとも君はどの色の男を選んでも軍に追われることもなく処刑されることもないはずだからね。
I guess.
寝て何が悪いの？私はあの人を愛してるんだから。
もしミオのことを気にしてるのならうまく切り離さないと辛いぞ。そのまま考え続けると何もできない無力な自分が夫探しなんてしていいんだろうかと迷い始める。少なくとも俺からはそういう風に背負い込みがちな性格に見える。
僕も同感だ。
I couldn't just laugh off their observations. I'd begun to suspect the same thing about myself
ミ
recently.
オが追われるのもこの島が色相によって支配されているのもあんたのせいじゃない。
I know. Thank you. Okay, so I know I said I'm like not one for like out of the blue tinfoil hat theories, but here's a crazy idea that I know is probably not true, but I just thought of that was like, whoa, what? What if Himuka is Lord Hiruko? And the reason why suddenly only Dom is allowed to speak with Hiruko is because Himuka has become the Undertaker.
NANI?
And Himuka was like, I don't like how we've set up the island anymore. I want to change it. And Dom was like, no. Well, no, because that doesn't make sense though, because Doma doesn't want the executions either. He's against the executions. Or if it's more like, I can't do anything as Hideko, because even if I told the island screw the color system, they would be like, no, or whatever. I don't know. That's just a crackpot theory that I thought of in my brain. Like, what if Himuka is Hiruko? Because they both start with Himuka, Hiruko. I don't know. That's probably not it at all, but I just had that in my brain. My brain space. It's probably not true, but it would be a twist. I gave a weak smile and Yoshika poured me another cup of tea.
おせっかいを言ってるなとは思うんだ。でも、つくよみから話を聞いていたせいか、君は長い知り合いのような気がしてしまって。義務感で、誰かの道具のようには結ばれてほしくないけど、愛する人を見つけてほしいとは思ってる。君は自由に愛することができる。その権利を行使しなければ。
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, where Hiruko's like, I need to stop being stuffed in this Ishana 10 place all the time. I need to go out and see the people. And then, yeah, becoming the Undertaker is a good way of doing that. And that's maybe why he's so shy as well, because he has been sheltered in Ishana 10 for so long. Maybe. You're right. Thank you. Me? Consider Himuka. Never came to mind before, but Kuroba stayed behind to have a bath, so we parted ways and I took a stroll around the area.
いた。仕事終わったよ。
あ、
どうかした？僕、何か嫌なことをした。
Not at all. You just surprised me.
顔がとても赤い。もしかして病気？
I think the bathhouse was a little humid. I'm fine, really.
ならいいけど。
Maybe he's not Lord Hideko himself. Maybe he's Hideko. What if he's Hideko's child? Like Hideko's son? Honestly, it would explain why his Batsu was so powerful. Like if his father was? Yeah, if he was an heir. And maybe the reason why Lord Hideko is only being allowed to be spoken to by Dom was maybe he is, like what we thought, dead or dying. I can't look him in the eye now after what Yoshika said.
明日も海に行く？探し物をする？もう昨日みたいに泣いたりしないから。
Maybe. Oh, that would look pretty bad if Hideko was Hazushi. Sure, let's go for another walk there.
なら、今日と同じくらいの時間に待ってるね。
He spoke with a bright and happy smile before turning around to leave. Consider him. No. Himika himself hasn't even said anything about that. He really is just a friend. Daifuku, you remember the boy I met before, Himuka?
Kiki.
Ah, the mysterious one. Do you think he's fit to be my husband?
Kiki.
Him? No, I mean, what if? Hypothetically. Let's just use him as an example. I'm not sure I feel that way about him. Not that I think he's a bad person or anything. It's been over a week since I started looking for a husband and I haven't found.
オランピア様。
あ、違う。
ローマ様がお呼びです。至急来るようにとのことです。
Oh, good. Huh? I had a bad feeling about this. I put Daifuku back into his cage and then headed for the parlor. Oh, what is this urgent matter?
先ほど王力から使いが来た。
Oh, for fuck's sake.
長の息子ナグサが挨拶に来たいそう。
Oh. No. I refuse. NG. Meh, 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 meh. No. Oh god. I thought we wouldn't have to deal with you in this route. Go away. Nagusa?
お前はまだ会ったことがないはずだ。おそらく婚姻の申し
Yeah,
込
well,
み
he
だ。
can get bent. I have knowledge of alternate realities, and I say he sucks. I took a step back in surprise. Marriage? So suddenly? I never met the person before, and he's coming to propose to me?
挨拶も兼ねて晩餐に招待したいと言っている。
Dine with him? Just a moment, I need more time to...
誕生日からおよそ半月。めぼしい男はまだ見つかっていないようだ。
Oh, by the way. I like Kanan now, by the way. So, secret knowledge that you get from the bad endings, from Tokisada's bad endings, secret knowledge gained from one of Tokisada's bad endings, you know, I'm not sure if you've watched the VOD yet, but, nearly, or if you were, I can't remember, you may have been there. You know when Kanan was, like, going kind of crazy under the Sakura tree, he had shot Kaina, and was gonna, like, maybe shoot, just before the credits, just before, like, he was gonna maybe shoot Tokisada and Byakuya and stuff like that, and he was like, I was gonna do this with one lady, and you always blah 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 blah, right? So Kanan, like Nagusa, has also been enamored with Byakuya for a long, long time and held unrepressed feelings. When he said no to Sasada because he already had someone in mind, he was talking about Byakuya. So like he was already... Kanan is also kind of obsessed with Byakuya, but he's I guess in some sort of way the best bro you could ever have, because he's obsessed with Kana. Yeah, he was pining for her, and so is Nagusa. So like whenever Nagusa's pursued Byakuya, Kanan has presumably been like, okay bro, Nagusa bro, we're best bros. I want Byakuya for myself. You want Byakuya for yourself. I'll take the hit and let you go try and get Byakuya. So whenever Nagusa's like approached us, Kanan's seemingly taken a step back and be like, it's fine. You go. So like, in a way, Kanan's a bro, you know? You've got a pair of crazy, you've got Nagusa crazy, and you've got Kanan crazy. But hey, at least Kanan's not crazy enough to be like, no mine. He's enough of a bro to let his other crazy bitch ass friend go for the protagonist. I don't know, it was a good bad ending, by the way. I liked it. I like the bad ending. I like Kanan because I like the bad ending. It's very sad. It's kind of a fucked up bad ending, but it's nice. Yes, exactly. It does explain why he keeps publishing problematic stories, because he is not happy that Byakuya is choosing anyone but him. But yeah, I like the bad ending. It involved Kaina, by the way. I won't, because Kaze, I know you don't like hearing about the bad ends, I won't go into detail what it is, but I like the bad ending, and it makes me like it made me like Kana. It makes me so sad that, I mean, okay, I'm happy that Olympia Soiree is getting a full sequel game, like a proper sequel game. I'm excited. I love that. But it also makes me sad that we're not getting a fan disc, because fan discs usually give side characters who don't have proper routes in the original game their own routes. So like, if we were getting a fan disc, Kanan would get a route, maybe. And like, I want to know. I want to, yeah, you know. I'm sure they've been in, yeah, they are very well written, but yeah, I can understand why, like, people avoid them. I like them though, because I'm a masochist, but that's just me. He knows all about the situation. I regretted being unable to deny it. But I understand that finding a husband is very important. Which is why I'm being cautious in making my choice. It was a pretty blatant excuse.
まあいい。読式の応力では少々劣る。もうしばらく様子を見よう。
And just like that, he walked away. More suitable match. There he goes, disregarding me again. I guess it's true I'm not in a useful term as some decorative doll. With a huge sigh, I returned to my room to rest. Depending on how long this chapter is, I may finish soon.
お待ちください。
Oh, the dancing point. Oh, is this something you need? Thomas Chamberlain hurriedly ran toward me as I was about to leave the
今宵
manor.
は舞台とのことです。太陽に異常はないが、念のためいつもより早く行うとのことでした。
Oh, I got my payslip. Payslips. Oh, okay, yeah. Sweet. Yes, they did. Yeah, it turns out, the issue with last week was that, it doesn't calculate officially stat days where you get paid for not working a public holiday you usually would, and that's why it looked like there was 31 hours, but I got fully what I got, yeah, this time. Sweet. Now I just wait for the money to actually count. Woo! Understood. I'll be back before nightfall, if you'll excuse me.
お気をつけて。
So, oh yeah, so I'll probably finish up soon. Maybe in the next 20 or 30 minutes. Just go over 3 hours. I wonder how many letters are in here today. With great expectations, I opened the box. Huh? Inside was a single envelope. Its recipient immediately caught my attention. Oh. That's interesting. It's addressed to Lord Hiroko? Which means I need to take this to Kakuri Nomiya? Confused, I flipped the envelope over. Oh. Huh? This is from...
昨日って
Interesting.
軍から逃げてるミオのこと
So that, yeah, they've written a letter to Hiroko directly to ask. Oh, but Akaza's not going to let that pass, right? And Doma's not gonna let us give it to Hideko. But the fact that a letter's being delivered to Hideko makes me think... Was I at least somewhat correct about Himuka being related to Hideko in some way? Or is this just a coinky-dink? Perhaps it was my intuition. An inexplicable feeling of foreboding crept upon me and I immediately opened the envelope. Aww. I mean, she's reading it already. Please forgive us. We shall repent for our sins through death. My body began to tremble and I almost collapsed on the spot. No. I need to find them. Yosuga!
おや、どうしたの？血相変えて。
Please, I need your help. Please help me to find Mio no Kiju. Here, look at this. Goodness, I forget how loud that is. I gave Yosuga the letter and after reading it, he quickly moved to action.
カメリア、客についていない者たちをみんなここに集めてくれ。
はい、すぐに。
Yosuga took my shaking hands in his.
店の者とすぐに行くから、君は先に。事態は一刻を争う。赤座たちには僕から使いを出しておく。
Thank you. Dang. I quickly ran to the plaza with the moon dial and shouted with all my might. Everyone, I need your help. My voice carried so loudly that everyone in the plaza turned their attention to me. If anyone here knows who Mio or Okijiku are, please find them. Even if you don't know them personally, please help. They're in danger.
ミオですね。わかりました。
オキジク。あいつ軍から逃げてましたよね。何かあったんですか？
I got a letter from Mio and Okijiku. The crowd around me began to murmur. It seemed they could guess what happened.
探せ！早く探せ！生きてるうちに二人を見つけ出せ！
Please, stay safe. This is interesting as heck, because this is the most brazenly she's gone like, no, we are saving them. Mia, Okichiku, where are you? It was possible they had escaped to the surface, but the hastily written letter seemed to reflect their current state, which was very troubling. I don't think they left Yomi. Don't tell me they wrote the letter and... I didn't want to think beyond that. I didn't want my intuition to be right. No, they shouldn't. Mia, Okijiku, where are you? Please don't be rash. I yelled out as I ran through the streets. Please don't die. Don't die. Mia, Okijiku, please don't die, please. My teary voice echoed throughout the air when... Oh no, Kaina. Huh? That voice. Kaina. Kaina, what is it?
水路の奥で二人死んで。
Kaina quickly held me back as I made a dash for the canal.
ダメだよ。女の子があんなの見ちゃ。
This is no time for that. Let me go.
おい、見つかったぞ。ミオとオキジクだ。二人で毒を飲んだらしい。
Nah. Finally, I fell to my knees. They're dead. Yeah. Maybe. They poisoned themselves. They really died. No. It can't be. No. My fist pounded the hard ground beneath me with an anger that had nowhere else to go.
オランピア。まさかあの二人
知り合い
I shook my head. I didn't know them personally, but I wanted them to live.
もしかしてあの二人は俺と同じ
Kinda rubbed the mark on his cheek. It was a soldier from the blue. And a woman from Yomi. Kinda cleared his throat and leaned against the wall beside him.
そっか二人で仲良く死ねたんだね
Kinda. I glared at him, but Kinda still had a smile on his face.
俺たちもまるっきり同じことを考えたからさ
The words made my fingers shake violently. A cold, bitter feeling came over me and I felt as though I was going to vomit.
生きてても未来は絶望的だしいっそ二人でなんてみんな考えるもんだよ
Kinda. People began to gather along the road. I still didn't have the strength to stand.
オランピア君は玉そぎって聞いたことある
No.
この天狗島の極刑でさ生きながら罰を施されるんだ
Huh?
もうさどんなに苦しいか想像するだけで無理じゃない誰だって好きな子をそんな目に合わせたくないよねまあ俺は
Yeah, that's something fucked up we learned. Not only did Sanami, his lover, be executed, they made him watch. Which is fucking awful. Kinda.
おい早く弔い屋を呼んでこいこのままじゃ俺たちまで汚れる
Huh? Suddenly I heard a familiar calm voice.
僕ならここに
Himuka.
よかった頼むぞムクロ担ぎのやつらもう来てるから
Himuka nodded, then turned on his heel. He didn't say a word to me. Wait! Where are you going? Aren't you going to turn them into show? Yeah.
自ら命を絶った者は弔い方が違う
Different? I sat there in confusion. A number of burly-looking men walked past me. Without a word, they simply wrapped the two bodies in thick cloth and lifted them up into their arms. As if they were carrying some kind of luggage. What do you mean, mourned differently?
亡骸を燃やして海に返す
Oh, okay. Well, at the very least, I guess they won't be offered up to the sun or to the... Yeah, I guess at least they won't be offered up to the sun as sun tenants. Sun tenants. Sorry. Poor time for jokes, I know. The ocean. The sound of waves echoed in my mind. Waves from the dazzling blue ocean. Can I go with you? Yeah, they aren't sun coal now. Himika blinked slowly. I know I won't be of any help, but I'd like to at least offer them a prayer.
オランピアそんなこと言って大丈夫なの君はあんな偉い役目があるだろ自ら命を絶った者は汚れ
Yeah, this may be why Himika doesn't like the ocean. Wait, actually, what? I just blitzed over that. Those who commit suicide are tainted. Didn't everyone on Tengyo Island? Didn't all the women of the white commit suicide? Wouldn't that mean that the white is... I guess that maybe is the individual, not the whole color cloth? Interesting. May not become important later, but that little line was just stuck out to me. Sus, yeah. I still want to go. Nothing would change my mind. Sensing my resolve kind of slowly backed off.
分かった。あなたがそう望むなら。少し準備があるから、1時間後に港のあたりで待っていて。
I gave a small nod and Himika left.
オランピア、さっきは変なこと言ってごめん。俺はここから動けないから、俺の分まで二人を弔ってやってくれるかな。
I will. I stood up, wiping away the tears of my eyes.
間抜け、女だと思って甘く見たでしょ。
Even though she was being chased, she was so full of life back then. I wanted to believe that they would be able to make their escape. I was desperate to believe it. But they didn't make it after all. They ended their own lives themselves.
お待たせ。行こう。
Ah! Before I knew it, Himika was standing in front of me with his usual expression. An expression that showed no sorrow or anger.
浜までは遠いから、馬車を拾うよ。
He stopped one coming our way and spoke to the driver.
北の浜まで。
北の浜って、そうか。確かあんたは新しい弔い屋だな。
Me? What does he mean by that? He should mind his own business. Yes, I'll be going with him.
そりゃダメです。オランピア様をあそこに連れて行ったなんて知れたら殺されます。
Suck nuts. Huh? He looked really frightened and upset. Will this be enough? I offered him all the money I had on me, but he quickly pushed my hand away.
金じゃないんですよ。あそこはこの島で一番恐ろしくて汚れた場所なんですから。
But I will say, this is, what's the word? It's not there. There's a word for yes. This is very remnant of an old Japanese thing. I'm gonna lessons with Din. The burakumin is something that if you bring up to Japanese people might basically bringing up the burakumin is like the best way to immediately kill kill a conversation with a Japanese person because it's very not spoken about often. But this is very reminiscent of the burakumin of ancient Japan. Basically, the burakumin are descendants and at the time current workers of people who are descendants or in the practice of working in occupations that are considered unclean or associated with death and ritual impurity under the Buddhism belief. For example, back in the Edo and ancient periods in Japan, the burakumin, this group of people, were shunned from society and basically had to live in their own little isolated communities. Burakumin translates to hermit people, or not hermit people, hamlet people, hamlet people. They're basically outcasted from main Japanese society of the time, and even now there is still prejudice against the descendants of these Burakumin. And basically anyone who worked in death, any kind of death, even animal death, were shunned. So basically this is butchers. Yeah, it's not just human death though, it's any kind of death. It's butchers, it is tanners and leather workers. Any kind of profession that makes you handle a dead body, basically. So if you work with leather, if you butcher animals for meat, if you work with hides, if you make anything, and it does include executioners and undertakers and people who I'm gonna bring it up on because I like educating people. I like educating people, and I like telling people about these things because these are a lot of things that you don't know about Japan, specifically that get brought up in these types of games. But basically, Burakumin were, they work in taboo professions in Japan. And they do get discriminated against. And there is a fantastic movie that deals with some of the kind of because death is seen as unclean, it is considered unclean and dirty to work with death. And there's a fantastic movie that I absolutely recommend you watch called Okuribito, I believe is Okuribito, 2008 film. It is, I love this movie. I fucking love this movie. It is such a good movie. 2008 film. This completely, I mean, not off topic. This follows a modern day cellist who used to work in a semi-successful orchestra, and he technically becomes Burakumin because he has to leave his place in Tokyo because he loses his job as a cellist, and answers a job application for departures, or being an okuribito, which means to send off. Okuru means to send off, and bito means person, so to send off someone to depart. And basically he starts working as a funeral rites it's hard to describe. He starts working in a traditional Buddhist funeral home where they send off the dead in a ceremonial way, not ritualistic, ceremonial way. So if I look at it's a great movie. Yeah, more or less, but he's a bit more than that. So yeah, Daigo Kobayashi loses his job as a cellist when his orchestra is disbanded. Him and his wife Mika move from Tokyo to his hometown in Yamagata, where they live in his childhood home that was left to him when his mother died 2 years prior. Yeah. Daigo finds an advertisement for a job assisting departures, and assuming it to be in a job in a travel agency, he goes to the interview at NK agent office and learns from the secretary, Yuriko Kamimura, that he will be preparing bodies for cremation in a ceremony known as encoffinment. Though reluctant, Daigo is hired on the spot and receives cash in advance from his new boss. So yeah, his first assignment is to assist with the encoffinment of a woman who died at home and remained undiscovered for 2 weeks. So basically, his new job means that he will take the bodies, wash them, dress them, make them nice before they then go to be cremated, and it causes a lot of struggle in his life because that job, doing that, is inherently seen as something unclean and dirty and corrupting. Death is corrupting. It's a type of idea that is, yeah, it's very in depth, and the movie does amazing about going through how important the ceremony of cleaning the body, washing them, preparing them, treating the dead with care in front of their loved ones so that they can move on, and how important that is to people. And yet the disconnect between how filthy the job is considered and how people who do these kinds of jobs are seen as unclean, and how there is social stigma against the people who work in these types of jobs. Because yes, the full, exclusion of burakumen, where they weren't even allowed to live with the other classes and were below, literally they were worse than peasants. In the Edo period, these burakumen were like the lowest of the lowest. There was no greater bottom of the barrel than being one of these people. Despite that, there are still social and systemic prejudices there. And yeah, Okuribito is just a fantastic film that goes through that, and it's why I like it so much. Watch movies that are not just in English, because there's a lot of good shit out there. But yeah, it's just bringing this back to why it relates to what's happening in Olympia Soiree right now, is that essentially Himuka is burakumen. Him and his tribe, I'm guessing there's more people who live up at north. Himuka is probably representing, because if we're looking at Olympia Soiree as a story, as it is, a fictional story meant to tell a story and have characters that push a narrative forward with a message, if the message of Olympia Soiree is fuck the system, like the system sucks, like screw oppressive systems, Himuka, in my eyes, would represent the burakumen, who are like shunned, told that they're dirty, told that they're befouled, that they're corrupting, and that you shouldn't touch them because they're dirty, Like, Himuka is representing that part of real history, I guess. And it's, yeah, the fact that this coachman is like saying, I don't care about how much you're paying me, that area is gross, it's defiled, it's foul, I can't take you there, you're Olympia, you're the most pure thing ever. Like, it's bringing back what I learned in university about how these people existed, and still, without them, you'd be missing so much. Like, it's an important thing to send off the dead respectfully and, not treat them like just sacks of meat, like they're people. Exactly, yeah. Everyone gives the garbage man shit until the garbage man goes on strike. Exactly. But yeah, I don't mean to go on like a big full rant or anything like that, but like, it's just, This is why I like Japanese history, and this is why I like Japanese media, because I don't... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Western society had, to that extent, as a prejudice against people who work with dead. Like, yeah, undertakers were weird, and like, yes, bodies were like creepy, but I don't think it was to the point where, yeah, I don't think it was to the same extent. And it's just interesting learning about how this stuff was, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I don't mean to go on a big, like, here's lessons, here's a brief history lesson, but I don't know, this is just why I like Japanese media and Japanese stories so much, you know? Moving on, though. Back to the game. Is it at the same beach where Himika lives? Could it really be that scary? Yeah. Only for the headsman. Yeah, I don't think undertakers and stuff were seen with the same amount of disdain. I don't know, let me see. Let me Google it. Were undertakers discriminated against in Victorian in Europe, I guess? Historically, people in professions like undertaking were subject to a form of social discrimination in parts of Europe. The occupations were almost considered, often considered dishonorable or unclean due to the association with death and handling of corpses. Yeah. In certain religions, in certain regions and periods, particularly in the mid-19th century, jobs involving death were classified as dishonorable. Oh yeah, okay. So it was still pretty similar all around. This shit is so fascinating, man. But yes. It's just interesting to me. Please, I beg you.
ダメです。諦めてください。あんな場所に行ったら、オランピア様まで汚れが取り付いて死んじまいます。
Then get off the coach and I'll go there myself. I'm healthy, so I'll be fine.
とにかく乗せません。俺はもう
どうか頼むよ。
Himika gently placed a hand on the coachman's seat.
何かあったら、トガはすべて僕が引き受けるから。
And Europe, yeah. Oh yeah. Although, I will go on to say that, they're called Burakumin now, but historically they were called Eta, which means abundance of filth, or Hinin, which means non-human. So while there was social stigma against these kinds of people in Europe, being called an abundance of filth and non-human feels a bit extreme. I'm not sure. It's, yeah. Yeah, and Burakumin just means people who live in hamlets, but yeah. It's the word is now synonymous with those historical outcast classes, and carries significant social stigma in the majority of Japanese society. And yeah, you'll pretty much always never hear Burakumin mentioned in Japanese media. They just won't mention it. But yeah, history lessons with Den. Yay. Oh, no, yeah, for sure. There is. Is it that big of a deal? I felt sorry for the driver, but with what happened to me on Okichiku, I couldn't back down. Please, I'll make sure you're not blamed for any of this. I bowed deeply to the coachman.
やめてください。俺なんかに頭を下げるなんて。
Well, then get off your coach and let us take it.
わかりました。わかりましたよ。誰にも見られないうちに急いで乗ってください。
Thank you. Himika didn't say a word as the carriage started off. Of course, trying to strike a friendly conversation with him now was close to impossible. But silence was so heavy that I simply had to say something. Himika, have you met Lord Hideko before? I was surprised by the question myself. To be honest, I doubted he would say yes. I was just trying to cling to some kind of hope.
どうしたの？いきなり。
Here. After reading their final letter, Himika quickly turned his face away. I'm sorry. I know it's not something that a person would want to read.
それはどうしたの？
It was in the letter box.
そう。
Himika picked up the letter and stared at it.
僕はヒルコに会ったことがあるよ。だからこの手紙渡しておく。
I mean, okay, I know not to be like, I'm right. Like, I know we've been told that the Undertakers do have to meet with Hideko before. We have been told that. We have been told that the new Undertaker does have to meet with Lord Hideko. But what do you mean you can give him this letter? I know you can meet him once. I didn't know you had all access to him. I'm sorry. If I end up being right, that means I'm fucking amazing and I'm a genius. They are dropping mega hint. Huh? You've met him before. So Lord Hideko really does exist? I quickly shut my mouth after I said it. Can you pretend you didn't hear that?
いるよ。
He carefully folded the letter and put it inside his pocket.
ただ、あの隔離の宮にはもういない。
I'm a motherfucking genius. I am so right, aren't I? He is Himika either is Lord Hideko or he's related to him in some way. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I got a brain blast. Fucking Jimmy Neutron style of like, what if Himika is Hideko? I'm a genius. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I don't want anyone ever saying I'm dumb ever again. I'm a genius. I'm a magic person. Amazing. He doesn't? Wait, does that mean the voice Doma hears there is a lie?
そうだよね。あなたは彼の元にいるんだった。
I'm the best homunculus. I mean, I have the Philosopher's Stone in my heart. I was designed this way. Himika looked out the window with a strange and nostalgic look in his eyes.
王の長がヒルコの声を聞けるというのは嘘じゃないよ。ただ、ヒルコが外に出てしまっただけ。
Let me guess, he lives in the beach up north. I just know it. I just know I'm right. I was at a loss for words at the completely unexpected turn of events. So Lord Hideko doesn't reside there anymore. So then, where is he?
さあ、島のどこかをフラフラしてるんじゃないかな。
Gee, I wonder who he is. I'm gonna be so right. Well, I think he's wandering around the island somewhere. Really? I wonder who he could be. Yep. Wandering? So where did you meet him, Himika?
弔い屋の仕事に就くときに、隔離の宮で挨拶をした。
Which we knew this already. I never knew you had to do that. Himika gently rubbing the skull next to him.
もしもだけど、あなたがヒルコに会えたら、言いたいことはある？
Hypothetically, if you... Himika's being like, hypothetically, if you did get a chance to speak to Hiroko directly, what would you say? Just because I'm curious. Not like I'm him or anything. Like, just saying, what would you like to say? Like, come on. I am so right. I am so right. I have never been more right in my life. I've never been more... I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm so smart. There are literally no words to describe how amazed I am that I am so psychic. I'm so psychic. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm the new Hideko. Huh? He smiled quietly at me. I couldn't tell what the smile meant. I felt a chill in my stomach seeing him look at me with eyes devoid of hope. What would I want to say? I'd want to know if Lord Hideko created the color class system.
さあ、どうなんだろう。
My teacher never told me about it, and neither has Dalma. I thought maybe it was just common knowledge.
あなたは色相が嫌い？
I wasn't sure what to say. I wasn't that I was completely against them. I think about it a lot. I'm sure the system was made for some reason, so it can't be all bad, can it? But these two decided to choose this horrible fate because of the color class system. Yeah. Like, no doubt the color classes were probably made for a reason, but it's probably the story of like something good was created and then somewhere along the line it got fucked up, right? This is my thinking. This is my theory based on my genius brain blast I had before, my epiphany. The color classes were made. The color class system was made by Lord Hideko for a good reason. To like, you know, it was made with good intentions, good purpose. But then somewhere along the way, greed, ego, pride, other bullshit got up in the mix and fucked it up. And now it's this corrupted mess that maybe Hideko / maybe Himika at this point feels like he can't change because it's been so fucked up for so long that it's just difficult to get through, right? And whatever that good reason is, like the common phrase is the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? When dynamite, for example, was invented, it was supposed to be used for rescue. Off the top of my head, I believe dynamite was originally created to help with landslides and other things, with like blowing up mountains so you can like make way for people to live or like to save or like stuff like that. But then people found out, oh, you can take this and blow people up with it. And then people started using it for not so great explosive reasons. Or fireworks as well. Weren't fireworks also created the same way? They were supposed to be like pretty and decorative stuff, but then they found out you can use it to actually like turn them into weapons. Stuff like that, you know? Like, something good is made for a good purpose, for a good reason that will help people, and somewhere along the lines it gets fucked up. I'm wondering if that's what's happened here. Yeah, the color class system was only created for order and stability, then dogmatic, yeah, took it too far. Exactly, right? And who knows, in the beginning there may not have even been a Yomi. Maybe it was just everyone on the surface all the time. And yeah, it was just created for order reasons. But yeah, someone... If I recall, the inventor of dynamite was horrified when a newspaper, thinking he had died, ran an obituary calling him a death merchant. It's been... Called him a death merchant and spent the rest of his life trying to make positive change. Yeah. Because, right... I need to Google it. I'm pretty sure... What was... Because I'm pretty sure it was originally invented for a good purpose. Yeah, dynamite was originally invented for controlled blasting and civil engineering and mining, to safely and efficiently break up rock for construction and resource extraction. But then, you know, it was corrupted into, oh, you know what? We can also use this against people we don't like. And yeah, it turned into this big corrupt thing. But yeah, people then just realized, hey, we can use this dynamite thing against people we don't like. And then they stop being people we don't like and start being people who aren't existing, right? You know, like, a good thing for a positive thing ends up being just, you know, destructive. And I feel like this might be where the story's going. At least now I do. If so, maybe they could have found happiness otherwise. If so, maybe they could have found happiness otherwise, if it didn't exist. Or maybe they might all have after all. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right, Kaze.
もうすぐ着くよ。
Himika? I was hoping to hear more from him. I wanted to know what his thoughts were on them. But I guess I'm just being selfish.
着きましたよ。お題はいりませんから、早く降りてください。
Yes, you can go.
あと、
Good lord.
このことは絶対に誰にも言わないでくださいよ。
Thank you for your help, but please take this. I handed him a few bills as we disembarked. There was an awfully unusual smell in the air and I couldn't help but cover my nose. It smelled like something burning, combined with a sweet incense and the smell of the ocean. The smells all blended together and seemed to completely enshroud me. The smell.
あそこ。
Himika pointed to what looked like some kind of altar made of stone. Although it was still daytime, the flames roared, sending a billowing black smoke into the sky.
ムクロ担ぎが運んできたあの二人。
The corpse spirits brought them here.
自死した者は小にしない。ムクロをああして燃やして、残った灰を海にまく。
What?
そういう決まりなんだ。
Speaking quietly, Himika began to pick the flowers blooming next to him. Himika.
これで花冠を作る。
He picked red, blue, and yellow flowers, all vibrant and full of life. Seeing him weave them together so carefully and gently eased my sorrow a little. Is that for them? Do you mind if I help? A slight breath escaped his lips, though I couldn't tell if it was an admiration or annoyance.
やはりあなたは死の汚れを怖がらないんだね。
No, I'm not afraid at all.
なら二人のために編んであげて。
I nodded, then began picking the yellow flowers. Next I wove in the blue flowers, then the red.
花冠を編むのが上手だね。
Thank you. I used to make them a lot back when I lived on Tenyu Island.
そうか。
The slightly nostalgic look in his eyes made me feel a bit strange. Himika, by any chance, have you ever been to Tenyu Island before? He stared at me with a bewildered expression. I'm sorry. That was a strange thing to ask. Maybe.
行ったことないよ。すごく行ってみたかったけど、あの渦潮に一度も許してもらえなかった。
Whirlpools? That's right. I haven't gone back for a long time myself. Wait, does that mean Himika's tried to go to the island, but he was spat back out by the ocean? Maybe that's why he doesn't like the ocean. I gazed out into the ocean. I can't see the island from here.
そろそろかな。船を出すよ。
Himika must be accustomed to rowing boats. He set the boat onto the waves with ease. As he rowed, I looked at the blue skies and up, and the blue sea with the flower wreath on my lap.
この辺りでいいと思う。
Himika stopped rowing and then took something out from his pocket. It was their ashes wrapped in paper. The ashes were white. Nothing about it looked filthy to me. Himika sprinkled the ashes into the sea. They gently melted away in the water. Mia. That was it. She was running around Yomi just a few days ago. The end was so simple that it felt like these two could still be alive somewhere in Yomi. Himika then took out a blue cloth. Oh, Himika. What's that handkerchief for?
死んだ彼女の。さっきこっそり家に入り込んで取ってきた。さすがに軍の宿舎までは入り込めなかった。
The wind blew. Himika let go of the handkerchief, sending it into the air.
彼らはきっとお互いが半身だと分かったんだ。天に帰ることはできなくなったけど、彼らの魂はこの大いなる海で静かに眠れるよ。今度こそ二人一緒にずっと。
Yeah. I see. The handkerchief fluttered away in the wind. Suddenly, tears began to flow from my
以前
eyes.
にも
There's a spooch on my monitor. It's all good. Sure. Hit me. There you go.
手を縛った男の人と女の人が流れ着いて。
Oh?
離れたくなかったんだろうな。
Himika gazed out at the horizon. Was he looking at the handkerchief, or what lay beyond it?
この島の人間ではなかったけど、 同じように燃やして灰にした。
Oh?
この海には本当にいろいろなものが流れ着く。
Nah. Interesting. Did they want to haunt the mansion? When I die, scatter my ashes at the haunted mansion so I can haunt the people there. Yeah. Lamau. Imagine if that worked.
古いものも新しいものも、醜いものも美しいものも、生きているものも、死んでいるものも、僕はこうして弔うしかできないから。
Most likely, if that story is true, then absolutely it probably is. At least it'll be one of them.
彼らが今度こそ二人で幸せになれるよう祈るしかできないから。
My heart ached as I looked at his calm composure and heard his bold voice. I didn't make it in time. I wanted to save her. I never expected her to die. I couldn't do anything.
そんなことはないよ。そうして花冠を編んでくれたでしょ。
Himika smiled. Her smile softly embraced my heart and more tears welled up in my eyes.
そして二人のために祈ってくれた。そして涙を流してくれた。いつもは僕一人だから、あなたがいてくれる分だけ二人は安らかだよ。大丈夫。あなたのおかげで二人は幸せになれる。さあ、その花を二人に届けてあげて。
No, Byakuya. I set the flower wreath onto the surface of the water. My tears continued down my cheeks endlessly. This was a normal day for him. A day where he held his skull and was shunned as the Undertaker. Are you always alone out here?
みんな死の汚れには近づきたくないから。そう。誰も。汚れたものには近寄りたくない。汚れたもの、恐ろしいもの、醜いものを、みんな意味嫌う。人も、神も。
Oh. Himika?
仕方がないんだ。みんな自分と違うものは嫌いだから。醜いということはみんなと同じでないということだから。あなただって醜いものには近づきたくないでしょ。
I couldn't answer immediately. Like he said, people shunned hideous things. Yes, like me.
見て、真っ白い子よ。なんて不気味な。
I guess it's true that people are frightened of things that are hideous. I actually tried to run away from Doma's manor when I was 10 years old. I thought I could go back to Tenno Island if I managed to escape the beach. The people of the island saw me, a girl of the white, and were frightened by me. I bet there were some who had never seen a person of the white before. I'll never forget the look of fear in their eyes. So I guess I was hideous and fearsome to them too, back then.
そんな。
But I'm proud to be the lone survivor. I won't run away from anyone anymore, even if they are afraid of me. Himika held his breath and stared at me. Every time I go down to Yomi, a thought comes to mind.
本当に俺から話しかけても叱らない？
先ほど黒羽様がおっしゃったでしょ。私たちのような不出来な色は上で生きることを許されません。
Some people on the surface say that the colors in Yomi are hideous or unsightly. But I don't think they're hideous at all. Maybe it's because I was born and raised on Tenyo Island. If someone thinks something is hideous, then that's only their opinion. But I've never thought anyone was hideous just because they were different. Right. Himika's eyes opened up wide as he moved back a little. I guess I got carried away just now. Did I even answer your question?
あなたはやはり美しいね。
For real. Huh? Himika's sincere eyes pierced through me and I felt my neck heating up. It was an unfamiliar feeling, but not unpleasant, and my heart raced in my chest. I looked out to the sea and saw the crown of flowers had already disappeared into the waves. Himika, do you think the flower wreath made it to them?
届いたよ。きっと今頃かぶって幸せに笑ってる。
I was sure if anyone else had said that, they'd be laughed at. But hearing it from him brought forth a vivid image of the two of them in my mind. Suddenly I remembered.
海は嫌いだから。
Himika, you said you don't like the ocean. Is it because of what you do out here? He then stared at the shoreline.
それもあるけど、遠い昔、長い間、船でずっとさまよっていたことがあって。
He is Hiruka. He is Hiroko. Remember? I'm not sure if you remember. It was a while ago. Remember, the myth of Hiroko is that he came to the land of gods on a boat as a baby. I'm a genius.
だから海にいると、どうしようもなく寂しくなる。
A long time? Was he shipwrecked or something?
でも今は、あなたが横にいるから寂しくないよ。
I began to blush. It wasn't the first time Himika smiled at me, but this time I felt a nervous fluttering in my chest. For real. You get scurvy if you're out on that thing for too long, man. Like, ugh.
あなたといるときは、海も大好き。
Really? What is going on with me?
そろそろ浜に戻ろうか。
Right. Himika reached out for the oars when... Huh? Suddenly a large wave struck and rocked the boat. The force lifted me up on my seat and...
危ない!
Swimming time. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. This guy. Himika, calm down. Damn. Oh my god, is he wearing thigh highs as well? He is the greatest femboy in the world. He is the greatest femboy. Himika wearing thigh highs, massive respect. I love you so much.
大丈夫だった。どこかぶつけたりはしなかったよね。
I'm fine. Lightly. His grey hair caressed my cheek. His slender body cradled me tightly. What should I do? I can't get myself out. Okay, we know it's very different. I'm sorry. My eyes immediately went to the thigh gap. I'm sorry. I immediately looked at the Zetai Ryoiki. I'm sorry. I immediately looked at the absolute territory. I was like, whoa, thigh highs. Himika. Props. Get yourself a man who can rock thigh highs. It's my rule of the world. I'm like, ooh, thigh gap. Thigh highs. Well, thigh gap is not the same thing, but you know what I mean. Thigh highs. Zetai ryoiki. Zetai ryoiki! The ryoiki is zetai. Absolute territory. That's what it's called, by the way. The gap between a skirt or shorts and thigh highs is called zetai ryoiki. It's absolute territory. It's the greatest thing in the world. But yes, back to it. Himika looked at me with concern. It seemed I was the only one embarrassed. Himika, I'm fine, really. The strength in his arms relaxed. I breathed a sigh of relief. Huh? Uh-huh. His cold fingers gently touched my cheek, and I held my breath. What is happening? Himika's fingers slowly slid from my cheek down to my neck. A sensation I've never felt before ran through me suddenly. I was so embarrassed that I wanted to escape, but I couldn't bring myself to move away. Damn, Himika. His fingers traced my skin affectionately. A short, quiet breath escaped me. The moment his gentle, curious fingers touched my earlobe, I felt a terrible, sweet tingle deep inside my body. Girl! Byakuya is a freak. I love her so much. Himika, I quickly wriggled free from his arms. None of my creation in me. Byakuya was feeling some sort of way. Tokisada reacted the exact same way. Himika, calm down. Himika shrank back as if frightened and bowed his head to me again and again. It's all right. I was just surprised. I don't hate you at all. Himika's eyes finally welled up with tears as he realized the extent of his regret. Alright. This boy got mega trauma. Holy crap. The boat began to move again. Himika didn't say one word as we headed back to the sandy beach. He didn't even look at me. Back on shore. Huh? Himika jumped off the boat, and before I could say anything, he quickly ran away. What in the world? Well, it was really surprising and all, but I touched my cheek as I stood alone on the beach. What am I doing? The fingers touching my cheek now were obviously not his, but I was reminded of the bittersweet sensation that made me momentarily forget myself. Absolutely. Well, she made it back somehow. Okay. So, I said I'd be like, let's go over just a little bit over 3 hours. It is now almost 4 hours. I think we will end that here today. I ended up streaming a lot longer than I thought I would. That is absolutely no, never happened before. Never have I accidentally. Oh, I'm over here. Have I streamed longer than I thought I would? I need to eat. I need to go get food. But we are leaving it there for today, I so do think. Holy crap, there's a lot. We got through a lot today. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming to the stream. We got a lot today. Basically, we got confirmation that Himuka is Hiruko. Whoa. There's a lot. We're gonna go through a lot more on Wednesday, but I need a nap. I need food. You need food. You need sleep. So, I will say, thank you for being electrifying. We did. So many new theories. Holy crap. I can understand why Himuka's route was locked now too, as well. If it turns out that he is indeed Hiruko, big ass deal. But yes, stay electrifying, and I will zap you later. See you next time.